Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Saturday, September 21st, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $, ORION or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Seattle Mariners versus the Texas Rangers. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 10 minutes. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups. And if you're a big college football fan, I would be turning on USC and Michigan right now. USC 24, Michigan 20 with 2 minutes left. And Michigan just ripped off a big run. This one may come down to whoever has the football at the end. Wow, crazy. Happy Saturday, everyone. Wow, 63-yard rip there by Mullins. Can't believe that. USC with the missed tackles. Oh, my. And on the thumb, on the left, we have our OG who's been hot. Julio Rodriguez. And on the right, we got the stud for the Rangers. DHing tonight, Adolis Garcia. Now let's get into the starting lineups here first for the visiting Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners in center field, Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, catching tonight for Seattle, big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. Batting third, playing left field for the Mariners, Randy Arozarena. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, right fielder, Luke Raley. Batting fifth, playing first base tonight, Justin Turner. Batting sixth, DHing for Seattle, Jorge Polanco. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Batting eighth, playing second base tonight, Dylan Moore. And batting ninth, playing third base, Hollywood Josh Rojas. And on the mound for the Mariners, with a 3-4 record, an ERA of 4.83, Emerson Hancock. Let's go, baby. We need a strong outing. You know, we get it if you end up giving up, 1 to 3 runs. But if you can keep it within 1 to 3, and we can get 4 or 5 runs, we're going to have a chance here tonight. But my only concern is that when I saw the starting lineup and you have Julio leading off, where the hell is Victor Robles? This might be the best hitter on the team, and for him not to be playing, regardless if it's a left-handed pitcher or a right-handed pitcher, it was supposed to be Mad Max Scherzer, but now we're going to have Dane Dunning. Why the hell, with 8 games left, do you not have your arguably best hitter, other than Julio and Cal, not in the lineup? I mean, hell, he dropped 2 bunts down yesterday for hits. We need him in the lineup. We need him defensively, so I don't know if this is a strategy thing. It's not an injury. I don't know if this is a Dan Wilson thing, but if we lose today, it's going to be because Victor Robles is not in the lineup. And you can have him pinch hit later in the game, but it's not the same, as starting off the game and setting the tone off on a good foot. So this is my concern, and hopefully we can find a way to battle that. Let's go Mariners. Now let's get into the starting lineup for the home Texas Rangers. You got to have Victor Robles playing every single game, the rest of the games on here on out, if we want to have a chance. Leading off for the Rangers at second base, Marcus Semien. Batting second, playing shortstop, Josh Smith. Batting third, playing left field, Wyatt Langford. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, DHing tonight, Adolis Garcia. Batting fifth, playing first base, Nathaniel Lowe. Batting sixth, playing third base, Ezekiel Duran. Batting 7th, playing center field, Leody Taveras. Batting 8th, catching tonight for Texas, Carson Kelly. And 9th, playing right field, Travis Jankowski. And on the mound for the Rangers, it was supposed to be Mad Max Scherzer, but it was a late scratch. So we have the 4-7 record, an ERA of 5.38, and it is Dane Dunning. So I think we have a better chance of winning today with Dunning on the mound rather than Mad Max Scherzer. But I'm still upset that we don't have Victor Robles in the lineup. The only reason Victor shouldn't be in the lineup if he's injured. If he's not injured, why the hell is he not in there? We have 8 games to go. We don't have any room to spare. Literally, we have to win 8 games in a row. We won yesterday, for us to even have a chance. We're 2 games back. Obviously, we know one of the matchups ended up being a rain out there with the Red Sox. So, we'll see when that gets, made up. But again, Orioles playing. We got to be able to get a little bit of help. We need the Twins to lose. We need the Tigers to lose. We need the Astros to lose. And I got Michigan and USC here on as well. I've watched the whole game. Best game of the weekend as far as college football is concerned. The Oregon Ducks have the weekend off with their bye week. And I knew this game would come down to the wire. Michigan dominated in the first half, obviously with running the football down USC's throats. But again, USC and Lincoln Riley are always, good and known for making adjustments at halftime. And they were able to take advantage of a couple blown coverages with some good passes and a couple touchdowns. And now it's 24-20 with a USC fumble recovery. But Michigan is knocking on the door. 3rd and 1. Michigan down by 4. And they got 2 plays to get a first down or get into the end zone. Handoff up the middle. First down. Wolverines. And again, this one may come down to whoever has the ball last. If Michigan scores a touchdown, depending on how much time is left, USC might not be able to get into field goal range to tie or to be able to get a touchdown themselves. This one has been very, very good. And that's what happens when you get Oregon and USC to join the Big Ten, as well as the Huskies and the Bruins. Let's go, baby. Emerson Hancock warming up, shotgun set, handoff. Michigan getting tripped up there down to the 2-yard line with less than a minute to go. Wow, this one's getting crazy. Matt in the building, what's good? Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's do it. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, please do. Again, we're going to try to get 20 in the first hour, 30 to 50 overall, and 100 in the donos on every single stream. We hit 200 plus yesterday due to a lot of y'all, so I appreciate you. Captain Oreo in the building, always representing. I appreciate you. Megan in the building, biting her fingernails with this game. And again, I knew it was going to be close. I knew it was not going to be a blowout whatsoever. Anna in the building. Hey, Vamos Mariners, let's go. We need to win the rest of the matchups here on out, and it's going to be tough. 24-20 USC. They did get dominated in the first half on the ground, but again, they made the adjustments, and just like Pete Carroll, Lincoln Riley can make the adjustments as long as he's got the players available to do so. They did. They kind of slowed down the run a little bit besides that big 60-yard rip that we just had here by Michigan within the last 5 minutes. But other than that, there's been some broken coverages for Michigan. USC took advantage with Moss, had a couple guys wide open in the end zone and another that was covered, but threaded the needle in there. And USC is up right now by 4. And again, if Michigan ends up scoring, USC can still tie with a field goal. But again, if they could end up getting a stop here, how big would that be for the Pac-12 and USC here in the Big Ten? Thrown to the back of the end zone and complete. Let's go. And you got Orgy and Moss going back and forth. And again, Michigan fans are very worried. USC fans are very worried. And obviously, we're going to get started here with the Mariner matchup here in just 1 minute. But again, if you're a college football fan, like I know a lot of the people that are in the room right now, this is something that I was going to watch from the very beginning. So, yeah, well, of course it was going to be a worrying game. But again, USC's defense wasn't very good in the first half. If you guys would have played better defense, you guys would have won this game by 10 or more. So, and again, you're on the road, so it is a difficult matchup, even if it is a Michigan team that's not as good as last year's. But there's still 2 teams that are ranked in the top 25. But if you're really comparing USC's defense from last year to the first game of the season against LSU and what we're seeing, it's much improved. But again, Michigan is a team that does what? They run the football and they play good defense. So you already knew it was coming. But again, at least USC made the adjustments in the second half and didn't get blown out. They're in control right here. 4th and goal. Can they come up with the big stop to be able to win the game? And how ironic would that be for USC, a team that had a horrible defense last year with Caleb Williams and drastically improved it in 2024, if they could end up winning this game by a 4th down and goal stop? How big would that be for not only the Big Ten, the former Pac-12 team, as well as USC? And again, Oregon and USC might be rivals, but we're going to have rivals with all of these teams: USC, Michigan, Washington, Ohio State. But I'm definitely rooting for USC to get this win, not necessarily just for Megan, but I just want to be able to see the Pac-12 teams have success as they go into a new conference in the Big Ten. We are not going to get bullied and pushed around. And it may take a little time for the Huskies and the Bruins to catch up. Michigan, 4th down, handoff, stop him! Damn it! Touchdown, Michigan! But there is 37 seconds left, so there is still a chance for a field goal for the USC Trojans. Wow, I was really hoping for a big stop right there. Not over yet. $23-20. Heck yeah. All Blacks, baby. What a game. And I'm really hoping USC can get a touchdown obviously a field goal will tie it, right? Field goal will tie it, and I don't know if you have time for a touchdown unless you get broken coverage again and Moss can just sling it. And then the receivers are good on USC. They can catch it and they can end up, winning this game. But realistically, you're probably just going to have to get in field goal range unless there is broken coverage. And then hopefully the USC kicker can make it and we can go into overtime, and hopefully that momentum will be building. So we got no Mad Max Muncy. We got Dane Dunning on the mound, but we do not have Victor Robles, which is very concerning for me. And hopefully we can find a way to get this done. And I got both games on here at the same damn time. Let's go. Come on, baby. Come on. And again, you're probably not going to see too many Oregon fans, putting up the B for victory for USC. But again, we had our rivalries. But again, I am always going to support Pac-12 based schools for the rest of my life, whether it's Pac-8, Pac-10, Pac-12, if we're in the Big Ten. But I'm really hoping USC can find a way to tie this up and win into overtime. First pitch to Julio Rodriguez. Crushes that one. Back. See ya! Are you fucking shitting me? Let's go. And we don't have Victor Robles to start it off. No problem. Dane Dunning, hit the bench. Let's go, baby. Hit the showers. That's what I'm talking about. 1-0 Mariners. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Way to bring that electricity, Julio. And again, that's the second best thing that you could ask for if you don't have Victor Robles. Hell yeah. First pitch. See ya. Let's go. Let's go, Mariners. Let's go, Trojans. Let's go. Julio. Let's go, baby. Captain Oria. How you like that, baby? Let's go. I still want Victor Robles to be playing in this game, but that definitely eases my pain a little bit because I was wondering, is Julio going to get off to a good start? Can he get a hit within the first 2 at-bats like Robles? And he says, Orion, Northwest Sports Fanatics, Captain Oreo, yes, I can. And I love it. 1-0 Mariners. Let's go. Again, now we got 8 games left, and we need to go 8-0. And I know that sounds very tough, and we need the Tigers and the Twins. Cal with a hit. There we go. All right, here we go. First down and 10. Shotgun set for Moss. Pressure coming, and he has to throw it into the dirt, into the artificial turf. Second down and 10. Nice job by Cal Raleigh there to back up after what Julio did. We wouldn't expect him to go yard back to back, but nice job by Cal Raleigh getting on base, and he has got a single. We love it. Next up, left fielder Randy Arozarena. First pitch to Randy is high, 1 ball and no strikes. As I call both of these games at the same damn time. Moss, screen pass, blocker downfield, get out of bounds. There we go. Good play by USC and the Trojans. Get out of bounds. Stop the clock. 1-0 pitch. Pitch right down the middle to Randy Arozarena. 1 ball and 1 strike. Let's go, Randy. Let's get off to a fast start here. Let's go, baby. But thank God, Julio. I mean, I don't know, man. He's just been on one in the last, 2 weeks. And again, Edgar Martinez and Dan Wilson and company have really been helping this team out. We have more sacrifice flies, for runs. Everything has been much, much better. I have an amazing stat that I pulled up here for you, Captain Oreo, as well as the rest of the Mariner fans. M's offensive numbers and MLB rank the past 26 games, right? Obviously, with everyone kind of getting on a good note. Batting average, 9th, right? On base percentage, 3rd. OPS, 5th. WRC, 4th. Home runs, 12th. Doubles, 13th. Strikeout rate, 11th. Walk rate, 1st. Stolen bases, 3rd. Sacrifice flies, 1st with 15. Sacrifice bunts, 6th, 2nd. So we're doing amazing now with the transition of firing Scott Service. Thank you, Edgar Martinez and company. Let's go. Moss steps up in the pocket on 1st and 15. Screen pass, get out of bounds. There you go. Just get into field goal range, baby. Go to OT. 2-2 pitch from Dunning to Randy. Pitches inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count is full. The thing is, if you end up going for like a fake screen, right, and then the corner bites, you can go deep for a long touchdown. It'd be really risky, but at some point, if the coverage gets blown and all these Michigan defenders bite on the screen pass and they do a pump fake, that could end up leading to a touchdown. Not necessarily, I don't think they would do it right here, but something to look out for possibly before we get into the end of this matchup. Jump ball, incomplete. Damn, double coverage there for USC. 3rd down and 9. 3-2 pitch to Randy Arozarena, as your boy calls 2 games at once. No fucking problem. Count is full. Dunning to Arozarena. A Randy, slow dribbler, throw to second, double play, and only got the force out at second, 1 away. 1-0 Mariners. Next up for Seattle, right fielder Luke Raley. Come on, Trojans. Didn't think I would ever say that in my lifetime, but here I am. And I'm genuinely meaning it too. It's it's not like I think I have this bitterness towards Michigan or Ohio State. I mean, we are coming into their division, but I just want to be able to have USC as like a partner of crime, for us both going in and trying to, do some damage, because it obviously looks like it's going to take a little bit longer for the Huskies and the Bruins based on, them losing players, losing coaches. It's a little bit different. Chip is the OC for Ohio State. So UCLA is still going to be, average to above average, but they're not as good as USC or Oregon. But maybe one day the Bruins and the Huskies will, get closer, and we'll have 4 really competitive teams in the Big Ten. 17 seconds left, 3rd down and 9. Come on, Trojans. Top of the first, 1-0 Mariners. Julio Rodriguez with an opening solo blast on the first pitch of the game. Runner at first. Randy Arozarena, 1 out, 1-1 pitch. And it's thrown to first base to Randy Arozarena. He is safe. Let's go, baby. Third down and 9. USC's got 2 opportunities here to get 9 yards. Move the chains, baby. 17 seconds. Be smart. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike from Dunning to Luke Raley. Shotgun set. Man in motion. 3rd down and 9. Michigan brings 3. Moss steps up in the pocket. Incomplete. That was a very risky pass there. Come on, USC. Focus. Big swing and a miss by Luke Raley. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Come on, Luke. 27-24, Michigan. 12 seconds left. 4th down and 9. Raley chops it foul. And here is the ball game unless USC gets a first down. Come on, Trojans. Keep this game alive. Shotgun set. 3 wide. Moss looking for a target towards the sideline. Not even close to the first down marker. What is that? And the game is over. It's over, and Michigan wins. Damn. Moss needed to be smarter there to go ahead of the chains, not before the chains, because if he catches the ball 1 yard short of the marker, you're not going to be able to keep the game going on and keeping the game alive. Damn, that's tough. Well, USC played their hearts out there. Final score, Michigan 27, USC 24, but that's on Moss. Again, good attempt on getting the catch, but you have to understand where you are, where the sticks are, and you got to throw it a yard or two above the marker, not a yard behind the marker with the receiver's momentum going out of bounds a yard short of the first down. Tough. I mean, it was a good play, but he needed to be able to toss that, and that receiver needed to be more aware. You need to run that route about 2 yards ahead of the first down. So that way, if you do have to come back to the ball like the receiver did, you're still in first down territory, not 1 yard short. You know, you needed 9 yards, you got 8. And you made an amazing catch, and you got the toe drag swag, you got it in. But again, it's all about, you know, getting yourself in the right position there. And now they're going to do a review, but it's very clear it's short. I mean, that's a you know, elementary. You learn that in Pop Warner. Damn. But USC played their hearts out. I mean, you can't, you know, it's not like they got stomped 27-0. Now they go down to 2-1. Michigan improves to 3-1. Hell of an effort there, though. Luke Raley strikes out by Dunning. 2 away. Next up for the Mariners, first baseman Justin Turner. Let's go, JT. There we go, JT. Nice single there into left field. Hell yeah. There we go. Nice job, JT. Nice job, Big Red. That's my boy. There we go. Next up for the Mariners, DHing today, Jorge Polanco. Let's go, Polo. Polo, there we go. That'll bring in one. Randy hustling home. Slide. Safe. Wow. He didn't even slide. Randy probably should have slid head first or feet first, but decided just to run it to test the throw. And luckily he didn't get tagged out. Otherwise we would have cut Randy Arozarena right there. Damn it, Randy. That was too close for comfort, but we'll take it. 2-0 Mariners. Fuck yeah. Nice job by Polo. Everyone getting involved today. Next up for the Mariners, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Let's go. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Let's try to get 20 within the first hour, 30 to 50 overall, and 100 in the donos on every single stream. Let's go, baby. Great start for the Mariners here. You couldn't have asked for a better start. We're in the top of the first, and we're already in the 8 hole. That's great. Hell yeah. All right, baby. We're at 5. Now we're at 7. 3 more likes to get to 10. If you're in the room and haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 10 here within the first 30 minutes, and then we can get to 20 within the first hour. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, USC should make the playoffs for sure. They still, even if they drop a game or two here and there, I mean, they still look like a very good team. And who knows? That might be the only game that they lose this year, until we end up hitting the playoff. I mean, USC looks good. And again, going into the big house is definitely going to be difficult. I mean, Oregon's going to have to try to do the same thing with Michigan and Ohio State, in the next coming years. So we're going to have to learn how to play in a nasty environment. We already know how to do it, based on being in the Pac-12 with some of the, obviously stadiums, with that home field advantage. But when you go to Michigan and Ohio State, it's like 100,000. Usually for the Pac-12, it's normally under 100,000 for, most of the locations, right? So J.P. Crawford with a walk. We'll take that. Bases loaded, baby. We're going all the way down to the 8 hole now. JP was the 7. Now we're in the 8. And it is second baseman today, Dylan Moore. Can we add on a little bit more? Hey, 3-0, 4-0 in the first inning would be great. I mean, we need about 4 or 5 runs to win this game. It would be awesome if we can get it right away. Pitches inside. 1-0 count to Dylan Moore. One 0 pitch. Check swing by Demo. 1 ball and 1 strike. Vamos Mariners. Let's go, Anna. Anna from Mexico representing. Sarah in the building. What's good? Great game. Just wish USC would have been able to, get that first down, kick the field goal, go to OT and see what happens. But they are much improved from last year. 100%. 1-1 pitch, especially on that defensive side of the ball, besides that first half with the run defense. Popped up, and we lead 3 stranded, but we scored 2. We'll take it. Julio Rodriguez doing some damage early as well as Polo. We love that. 2-0 Mariners. Let's go. And on the mound for the Mariners normally would be Luis Castillo, but he's still hurt. 3-4 record, ERA of 4.83. Emerson Hancock. Let's go, Emerson. And let's get into the starting lineup here for the Rangers. And I got a new image there of Adolis Garcia. Really like the way the thumbnail turned out. And I even had to make a new thumbnail for yesterday's stream because I wasn't satisfied with it. And again, you want to make sure you're putting your best foot forward. Leading off for the Rangers at second base, Marcus Semien. Batting second, playing shortstop, Josh Smith. And batting third, left fielder, Wyatt Langford. I think I'm going to turn on the Husky game, though. They are playing right now, so let me get that going. I believe it started 4:30, so I want to watch that and see how they do. Washington State ended up winning in a nail-biter late last night. I believe it went into OT. I watched a chunk of it. Let me see where we're at here. We got UCLA, LSU. Where are we at here? Where is Washington? Since there it is. Northwestern and Washington. This started at, 22 minutes ago. Let me pull this up. All right, 0-0. Looks like I didn't miss anything yet. All right, perfect. All right, so I got the Husky game on here. Got the Mariner game on. We are good to go. Always got a double dip during college football season. Yeah, but it probably will be a sacrifice that will be worth it, when the game is at that ending point. No, nobody uses 710 app. Again, if you don't have access to the game, most people, you just use streaming links. So it's like you got to have Comcast or an Xfinity for Root Sports. But again, if you don't, streaming links work. And depending on the one that you use, you're either going to be 30 seconds behind or you're going to be like 5 seconds behind if you can find the right one. So, 5 seconds behind, not a big deal. So if you end up needing a link for any game, AM, you message me on Instagram or Twitter/X, and I can send you a link if you need a link to be able to watch the games. I mean, obviously, if you like Riz, on the radio, it sounds like Sims and his partner in crime might end up going to the Yankees because I think the Yankees are going to be looking for a brand new radio duo. And there is rumors, because Sims has connections to the Yankees and obviously, back when he was younger. So there is a chance that there is a little bit of a transitional period, and Goldie will be our, main guy, obviously going into next year. Back, all the way to the wall. Randy Arozarena, nice catch. 1 away. I mean, in the past, I would listen to, different, radio, but ever since I started doing, this full time, I'm always just going to be able to find a link, and watch the game. And sometimes, just like when people, watch me or watch other streamers, sometimes they mute the game and they want to be able to listen to someone else call it if they don't really like the announcers or whatever the case may be. So, pitch right down the middle from Hancock to Josh Smith. 0-1 count. But I got the Husky game on. I got the Mariner game on. We're good to go. Let's go, baby. Josh Smith in the box. 2-0 Mariners. Hancock pitches low at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. But that Washington State game with Mateer whether you're a Husky fan or a Cougar fan or just a Pacific Northwest fan, that guy got some game. He can run for touchdowns. He can throw for touchdowns. Washington State's going to be in the top 25 here, sooner than later. And again, I think that they didn't want to put him in prior to this week because they didn't want to have someone in the top 25 that only has two teams in the conference, Oregon State and Washington State. But my boy Marcos went to the Seahawks game last week, and he's there in Corvallis for the Beaver game here against Purdue here tonight. So I'm very excited that my boy Marcos is able to, go to some games this year. Nice single there by Josh Smith. I see you, Josh. Next up-and-coming player, left fielder, Wyatt Langford. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 20 in the first hour, 30 to 50 overall. Let's go, baby. We're at 10. There we go. 10 more to go to hit 20. Let's go, baby. Oh, we just got another one. 11. Thank you. 9 more to go to hit that goal. And once we hit 20, the algorithm will kick in, and it's a lot easier to be able to pick up more recommendations, likes, shares, donos once we can get to that point. Bottom of the first, 2-0 Mariners. Northwestern and the Huskies obviously knotted up here at 0 in the first quarter. And I love this time of year, and again, we got obviously college football and the NFL just starting out, baseball and NASCAR Cup Series kind of winding down. Dale Jr. Raced in the Xfinity Series last night, and he typically does that once a year, and Dale Jr. still got it. Popped up. There we go. Demo's got it. 2 away. But for a guy that ended up, giving another driver the finger, ended up being in the back of the pack a couple times, Dale Jr. found his way to finish in 7th for a guy that doesn't really race anymore full time. And when he does part time, he's not doing it like Jimmy Johnson, where it's like 2, 3, 4 races a year. He's doing like a race a year, if that. And very cool to see Dale Jr. out there with his kids and his wife, and to finish in 7th place. Pretty badass. I will always love Dale Jr. and Dale Sr. Next up is Adolis Garcia, 221 average, 23 homers, and 80 ribbies. And I love this image that I got of Adolis Garcia. It took me a while to format it, but I really like the way that this thumbnail turned out. Demo right there. There we go. Would they leave one stranded, and we still have a 2-0 lead, and then I had to go back. And then I had to make this one this morning. It's not that I thought that, the Victor Robles, Adolis Garcia, it just didn't sit right with me. I wanted to have something that looked a little bit cleaner. And eventually we'll get a better image of Victor Robles instead of both players kind of going to the right. But again, I'm a perfectionist. And anytime something seems like blurry or it's not up to my standard, sometimes you got to go back and make a new thumbnail. And this one turned out good. A little bit smaller of images. And I like this one. 2-0 Mariners, baby. Let's go. Let's see who's up next here for the Mariners. Gotta wait for everything to update here. Plus, I got so many screens up. Well, it looks like they're taking a nap on ESPN because they're still far behind. They're still going through all of the, fly out, Langford, Garcia. So that's how that's going. We'll find out, I guess, when we get back from commercial break. And like I mentioned multiple times on the stream, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. Addiction, depression, anxiety. These are things that not only I battled, but I know some of y'all are battling now or have in the past. But if you make minor adjustments to your daily routine, and I'm telling you, if you're not exercising and you start to exercise and you be able to pick up, habits that are good, right? Addictions that are good, like exercising, you'll turn into a brand new person, especially if you stay with it for 3 weeks in a row. Once you do anything for 3 weeks in a row, 21 days, it becomes either a positive habit or a negative habit. Then when you start eating healthier on top of that, cutting back on the Burger King and the McDonald's and the Taco Bell every day, and you actually start to make an effort to eat healthy, you really start to feel better, and you understand that some of that food that you're putting into your body is poison, and your body will start to reject it once you start eating healthy, and you'll actually feel a hell of a lot better. Listen to music, spend time with friends, family, and pets, hang out with the NWSF when you're feeling a little down, and we'll be able to get you back on track sooner than later so you can win the day. Next up is Hollywood, Josh Rojas. So we went through 8 batters before we ended up getting out of that inning. Now we're in the top of the second in the 9-hole. Third baseman, Josh Rojas. And this was supposed to be a Mad Max Scherzer outing, but they had him scratched. And now we have Dane Dunning, and I think that is a big advantage here for us because Dunning is not as good as Mad Max. Even though Mad Max wasn't really the same pitcher, we already know with him, and some of these other guys like DeGrom, just making a couple starts. They may not be the same pitchers as they were, DeGrom and Scherzer, but if you give them enough time, they'll hurt you. Washington just scored a touchdown. Go Huskies. There we go. Extra point is up, and it's good. 7-0 Huskies. Hell yeah. I know Reflect is loving that. Same as Captain Oreo. Let's go. Absolutely. I know. I was thinking that the Tigers were going to win, and then the other matchup with the Twins and Red Sox, I believe, was rained out. Again, we just can't worry about anybody else. We just got to take care of our own business and then just hope that eventually they start going on a little bit of a losing streak and we can go 8-0 and just see how it, plays out. Obviously, we dug ourselves in this hole by not beating the shitty teams that we should have beat earlier in the year, and maybe we should have fired Scott Service a little bit earlier, but again, you live and you learn. And, they finally made those adjustments because, look at all those statistics that I provided, based on the firing after Scott Service and what our batting numbers are now. It's amazing. It's a complete turnaround. So if we would have fired him right after the All-Star break, or something like that, maybe we're, 8, 9, 10 games above 500, and maybe we're in first place or right there neck and neck with the Astros for first place, and we're not having to worry about getting into the fucking wild card. But again, sometimes you got to go through the misery and the pain to understand how you fucked up, and then you have to be able to make those changes, learn from them, and get better next year. And again, we already know this lineup is not the strongest. There's half of the roster you could cut. Let's be honest. I love a lot of these guys on the team, but some of these guys are just not cutting it. And I would rather have farm guys come up, Lazaro Montez, Harry Ford, Cole Young, Colt Emerson, as well as Durangelo, and a few others. I'd rather get those guys to play than some of the guys that we have right now. And we got Tyler Locklear and Ryan Bliss waiting in the wings too. So we got one of the top 5 farm systems. We just have to find the right timing to bring them up. And then we also have to not spend money on guys like Garv and Polo. We need to use that money for closers and, just draft hitters and not spend big money on the hitters. Julio popped up into center field, 2 away. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to lose. Obviously, Mateer is too good of a quarterback, bro. He's a dual threat runner and thrower. San Jose gave him all they could handle. And Washington State will lose some games this year. But again, they're pretty good considering, them and the Beavers got left in the dust in the Pac-2. And so I know you're, obviously a rival, Husky Cougs. You wanted them to lose. You lost the Apple Cup. It sucks when that happens. Just like when we lose to the Beavers, it stings a little bit. But just looking on that, the teams as a whole, my perception's different because I'm a Duck fan. For you, you're a Husky, so it's different. But I root for, all the teams in the Pac-12 to do well, as long as they're not playing me. Now, if they're playing me, I want them to go down, but if they're playing other teams, I want them to beat other conferences and kind of represent that, hey, we actually got some good players here, in the Pac-2, which will be obviously the Pac-6 and the Pac-12, even though it's still called the Pac-12. And obviously these new teams in the Big Ten, Bruins, Huskies, Trojans, and Ducks, baby. 2-1 pitch to Cal Raleigh. Pitches low and at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But they definitely took him to the wire. That was a late game. And I am going to miss Pac-12 games, the Pac-12 games at dark, when we would get a game 7, 8 o'clock, and then it wouldn't be over until, 10, 11 p.m., which would be like 1, 2 p.m. in the Midwest or East Coast. Popped up. And that is an easy 1, 2, 3 inning for the Rangers. Let's see who's up next here for Texas. Next up for the Rangers, DHing tonight, Adolis Garcia. Batting second, first baseman Nathaniel Lowe. And batting third baseman Ezekiel Duran. Let's go, Mariners. All right, take care. Have a great day. Good luck tomorrow with the Hawks. Just Northwest Sports Fanatics. So if you just type in NW and then space sports space fanatics, I didn't want to spell it all out like North NORTH West WEST, sports fanatics, and it would just be too long. So I had to, obviously when I created the channel, I wanted to do the abbreviation. So it's not NW, it's Northwest Sports Fanatics, but people can call it NWSF or however they want to do it. And if you got a Twitter/X, you can just do Northwest Sports Fanatics, NW space sports space fanatics, and you'll be able to follow me there as well. So my Instagram is private, but the Twitter/X is public. So, but if you follow me on there, I'll follow you back, and and I'll go that route. All right, you gave me a request, and I will confirm, and I'll follow you back. Appreciate you. Utah is the real deal. I knew when they were going into the Big 12 that they had a very good chance to win that division, considering Texas and Oklahoma joined the SEC. So, Cam Rising, he might be a guy that's been in college football for 1 billion years. Anyone that plays for, 6, 7, 8 years, and you obviously have like season-ending injuries and you still want to play, get your degree, have that party college life. But again, we didn't get a chance to see Cam Rising last year, unfortunately. But I wouldn't be shocked if he can stay healthy and that team can, relatively game plan, diligently, smart, and not fuck up too much. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Utah fans, clamoring towards the end, and they might be able to make the playoff themselves as well. Bottom of the second, 2-0 Mariners. Huskies up 7-0 on Northwestern. Got both the games on here right now. Ohtani, 52 homers, 52 stolen bags. And I know the fan that ended up, getting into a dog pile with 5 other fans for that Ohtani, home run ball. Again, I know that he walked away. So I'm not sure if he got it verified or not, but a lot of the sports teams typically rip off the fans and they try to give them, a minimal amount when a ball could be worth $100,000 to a couple million, right? And then they end up trying to offer back, all the way to the wall and caught. Wow, Randy Arozarena with a big catch. Wow, nice job, Randy. But again, it's like you can get an autographed bat, cleats, a jersey, and that's cool. And some of that stuff will be worth a couple $1,000s. But sometimes those baseballs, are worth $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $1 million, $2 million. So it's like if you're going to negotiate, they try to rip the fans off. You need to be asking for signed memorabilia, season tickets, and obviously as much as you can possibly get, because there's so many fans that have gotten ripped off. And again, it's like, they're trying to do it in the kindness of their heart or for the organization. But these guys make so much money. They can afford to give away season tickets, autographed cleats, jersey, game use, ball, whatever, batting helmet. And then you can go above and beyond. And also, you might even be able to get some money out of it as well, especially if it hits auction. So, you could change your life by catching a home run ball from Judge or Ohtani. That's facts. 1-1 pitch to Ezekiel Duran. They do it with obviously NFL footballs as well. But, you always get those, assistants, to the team that always try to rip off the fan. And that's sad, And again, if people think that they're not worth, a season tickets, all this autographed memorabilia and $100,000, $1 million, you just got to compare it to others that have actually gotten that and others that have gotten ripped off. So, that particular fan that got that Ohtani, I believe 50 home run ball, I think that was the more valuable one. He decided to walk away, and that ball will probably be worth $1 to $3 million. And I'm not sure if it's going to hold value, forever. It'll probably go down in value at some point. And we also have to see if Ohtani does it again. This might not be the only season he does 50-50. This might be one of many where he does 50-50. So, obviously Judge and Shohei are battling it out for the home run title, and both are going to have a chance to get to 55. I don't think they're going to get to 60 this season, but, they might be able to get to 55 to 58 before the season is up. Bottom of the second, 2-0 Seattle. Let's go, baby. Ezekiel Duran right to Demo, throw to first, 2 away. Let's see where we're at. We're at 13. We need 7 more likes to get to 20. If you're in the room and haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 20 so we can hit that algorithm. Yeah, Randy playing great defense so far. Emerson Hancock doing a good job too, not really giving up the big home run yet and the big RBI yet. So next up for the Rangers, center fielder Leody Taveras. 1-0 count to Leody. Pitch right down the middle for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike from Hancock to Taveras. Oh for 3 this series for Taveras. Hancock. That pitch crushed outside. And it's kind of sad to say, but maybe Hancock is even more consistent than Luis Castillo. I mean, we know Luis was the opening day starter for the last 3 years, and he was great in 2022 when we needed a pitcher in Julio, Cal, and George Kirby's rookie year, when we ended up having Cal with that walk-off against the A's, and we made the playoffs for the first 20 years, where he didn't make anything, and then we finally made it. But every year since that year, last year and this year, his numbers have gone way down. And I really honestly feel that Castillo now is our 5th best pitcher out of 5. And you could argue, at this late point of the year, that maybe Hancock is even better than Castillo. That's how far Castillo has dropped off. There we go. Hancock with the punch out. I like it, baby. And I don't think I would have ever even said that, months ago. But just the reality is, I mean, we know Luis is hurt right now, but he hasn't been very good. Bryce has been better. Wu has been better. You could argue that Wu and Bryce lately have been the 2 strongest. We know Kirby and Gilbert are typically the best, but haven't been able to get as much run support, so they kind of scaled back a little bit. But it's a good problem to have when you have a shitload of good pitchers. You just want everyone to be at that top standard, but not every pitcher is going to sustain the greatness. And we're definitely going to be looking for someone to take Castillo's spot sooner than later, because he is the worst one out of the 5. And La Piedra still will have his moments, but again, I feel he's just doesn't have it anymore. And every one good game Castillo has, he's got like 3 bad ones or like average ones. So he could be lights out and get you 7-8 Ks and only give up 1 or 2 runs. But then the next start, he's going to give up 7 runs and 10 hits, and he gets pulled by like the 4th inning. Like, I need a little bit more consistency out of my pitchers and whatnot. And I wish the best for him, but he's just not the same player as he was. And obviously the numbers suggest that he is on a decline every year from the year he came in, 2022, to obviously now to 2024. Lauren in the building. What's good? Let's go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Got the Husky game on here against Northwestern, as well as the Mariners and the Rangers. Watched a barn burner between USC and Michigan. And if USC's defense was better against the run in the first half, they would have won. Again, USC has drastically improved on defense. Hard to win on the road in the big house. And it's not like Michigan was unranked. They were both, top 25 teams. And the crowd would definitely played an influence in that game. But sometimes when you just come up a little bit short, like especially on that last 4th down, They needed to make sure that they threw that pass a couple yards past the marker, past the sticks, not right at the sticks, and it ended up being 1 yard short, and Michigan ended up getting the dub. But you might be able to see both of those teams in the playoff this year. I wouldn't be shocked about that. Throw to first. Randy Arozarena grounds out, one away. (7-0) Huskies. Next up, right fielder Luke Raley. I believe they got eliminated last night, but you can look that up and double check. But I'm pretty sure I saw something on my Twitter/X timeline that said that they were already eliminated. But again, that might be something that you verify. And sometimes, you can't always believe everything that you read on the internet, right? Someone can make a post and we always assume that it's real, right? We always assume anything sport related we read, unless it's like headline rumor, that we know it's, we assume it's real. But again, there are some people out there that just put out fake news for wrestling and sports, and they get a big kick out of it, trying to, stoop people and, try to take advantage and whatnot and have people believe them. But win number 80 would be great. Top of the third, 2-0 Mariners. And if you're just tuning in, we got off to a very good start. First pitch of the game, Julio homered to right, 363 feet, 1-0 Mariners. And then Polanco singled to right, Arozarena scored, Turner to second to get it to 2-0. So we actually got through 8 batters in the first inning. That's a good sign, obviously, for Seattle. But no Victor Robles in the lineup, which was very concerning to me, because normally when Victor doesn't play, we lose 100% of the time. When he does, and he does well, gets a hit within the first 2 at-bats, we usually win 90 to 95% of the time. And hell, he dropped bunts down in his first 3 at-bats, and getting hits in his first 2 at-bats by bunting. He's starting to turn into one of my favorite players on this team. And again, one of my favorites, not being, based off being drafted, just a guy that we got for a bag of chips, a bag of Doritos from the Nats. Normally I'm going to like guys that we draft, and those guys are always going to be more special to me. Cal, Julio, Kirby, but Victor Robles is a G. You could argue he's the most consistent player on the Mariners and has been since he joined the team. So I hate not seeing him play. I mean, there should be no reason he doesn't play and start unless he's hurt. But I don't give a shit if it's a left-handed pitcher, right-handed pitcher. If anyone can get a hit on the team, it's him. So, and I like his defense too and his personality. So, okay. I'm not going to be right all the time, but again, I saw a post and, I assume it was real, but there you go. I do an insane amount of reading every day, so I am the biggest sports and wrestling nerd on planet Earth. I mean, I'm on the fantasy app like 4 hours a day. I'm watching film and reading articles and going to team websites for about 5 to 6 hours a day. So for every hour that I'm not on here streaming, I'm reading and watching film. That's pretty much all I do. Top of the third, 2-0 Mariners. Nobody on, 2 outs, 2-2 count from Dunning to Justin Turner. And this was supposed to be Mad Max Scherzer, but it was a late scratch. And I think that's a good sign for us, because I'm not saying that they would win with Scherzer on the mound, but we probably wouldn't be ahead 2-0 right now. If we had Max on the mound, it probably still would be 0-0, and we would have to grind it out. And there'd probably be a higher chance and a higher probability we would lose with Scherzer on the mound with no Victor Robles, unless he ends up pinch hitting later. Turner, right into the gap. Oh, yes! JT, 2 for 2, baby. Big Red. I don't know what the fuck he ate in his cereal today. He must have had a big bowl of Wheaties, but he's been on fire. There we go. Nice job, JT. You the man, baby. 39 years old, the oldest positional player in baseball, but he still got it. I loved him on the Dodgers, right? When he went to the Red Sox, it was weird, but I still rooted for him. Then he went to the Blue Jays, and they only used him as a DH, and we rescued him out of that particular franchise, and it's nice for him to be able to have some success here with Seattle. We love him. Great clubhouse guy, great personality. OG. First pitch to Polo from Dunning on the corner for a strike. 0-1 count. Polo with another hit. Man, Polo's raking today too. Now we got runners at first and second. Here we go. And again, when you don't have Victor Robles in the starting lineup, but you're getting hits from guys that are not expected to hit, like Turner and Polo, 2 for 2 for both. Fuck yeah, baby. Let's go. We're trying to go 8-0 the rest of the way. Next up, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. And J.P. lost his spot for being the leadoff hitter, but I think that's a good thing. You know, it's going to make our team better, because if you would have stuck with J.P., we would have gone on a huge losing streak. Because, again, he wasn't very good at the beginning of the year. Then he got hit on the pinky, broke his hand, then came back after missing a month and a half, and he still was bad. So it's just nice that, you know, we got him lower in the lineup, less pressure. Obviously, his ego is a little bruised, probably not being the leadoff guy anymore, but you can still be a contributor. And again, you're still on the team. It's just, you know, we have to be able to give the best hitters more opportunities at the top of the lineup. You know, for a while they had JP and the leadoff role and Robles in the 9-hole. You know, when you do that over like a 10-game stretch, that's like 10 less at-bats for the 9-hole hitter. And if Victor Robles is our best hitter, why the fuck would we do that? That's just dumb strategy. Little dribbler for J.P. Crawford, throw to first, and that is the end of the Mariners. Let's go to the bottom of the third. Mariners with a nice, comfortable 2-0 lead. The Cubs, yeah, they weren't good enough. I think the real borderline team was the Mets, because obviously if you look where the Mets and the Braves were, the Braves typically are the better team, but the Mets might actually steal that spot, and you never can count out the Diamondbacks, right, and the Padres, because the Dodgers are always going to win that division, but it always seems like those two teams get really, really hot at the end of the year. Eugenio Suarez has been fucking crazy good, playing like a top 10 player within the last month and a half. So, you know, if you look at the standings and you look at a lot of the teams, I would say that's probably the biggest surprise, because we knew the Mets were like floating around with the Braves and whatnot, and I still think both are pretenders, but you know, if you end up getting to the dance, anything could happen. So we'll have to wait and see. And you're only going to get one team out of the Central. You're not going to get two teams out of there, you know, because all those teams are so close to each other. You know, some are going to be 500, some are above 500, below 500. But the NL Central is the most competitive division typically, because everyone is like a game or two next to each other. So you just have to wait for that one team to kind of break away who's in first. And then usually there'll be a little bit of a separation, you know, 5, 6, 7 wins compared to the second, third, fourth place team. But, you know, you got to be consistent. And, you know, even if the Brewers end up making the playoffs and winning the Central, I don't think anyone believes that they're going to go all the way, you know, or the Braves or the Mets. You know, I really feel, you know, Phillies, Dodgers, Padres, you know, those are the three best. And the American League, who the hell knows? Yankees, Orioles, Guardians, Astros. I would probably say that those are the front runners on the American League side. So 7-0 Huskies, third down and 3. They're knocking on the door. Bottom of the third, 2-0 Mariners. Emerson Hancock doing a good job. And we're just approaching the 1 hour mark. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. We're at 15. We need 5 more likes to get to 20. Let's get there, baby. Now we're at 16. Thank you so much. 4 more to go to get to 20. And we're still shooting for the 100 and donos on every single stream. Yeah, Diamondbacks are the better team overall. Bottom of the third, 2-0 Seattle. But it shows you it's all about whoever gets hot and healthy at the right time. You know, you could be a great team in the regular season, but, you know, you want to be hot right as you go into the playoffs. Hot and healthy. Hot and healthy will end up beating a team that's got 100, 120 wins, you know, especially if they're not healthy in the pitcher spot or, you know, obviously with their batters. That's why we've had those upsets, right? Where it was supposed to be Braves and Dodgers the last 2 years, and it ended up being Phillies and Diamondbacks. But typically the strong team in the American League, they go all the way. You know, when they're good, and you know it. So, but we'll see if that changes this year. 2-2 pitch from Hancock to Carson Kelly. Dribbler. There we go. Throw to first. 1 away. Nice job by Demo. One away on Carson Kelly. Next up, right fielder Travis Jankowski. Slow dribbler towards third base is fair. Get that. And Jankowski's got some really good speed. Goes in there to second. Safe. Sliding in there. Nice double by Jankowski. And that's the first really big hit for the Rangers so far today. Good follow-through swing. And just fair. Nice job by Travis. We're not haters here. Next up, second baseman Marcus Semien. That one chop foul. 0-1 count. Let them know. You got a Twitter/X. Do your boy a solid and like and retweet the post. And if you haven't smashed the like button yet, please do. And let's get there. We got over 2 yesterday. We're still looking for that first individual to start the dono train. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Marcus Semien. 232 average, 22 homers, and 72 ribbies from the leadoff spot for Semien. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Semien. Beautiful day here in Oregon. Low 70s with a little bit of breeze. Me and Paisley went on 2 really long walks. One early this morning around 8, 9 in the morning, and then another one around lunchtime. And again, hopefully the weather stays nice, and I'll be able to get another long walk in here after the stream is over. That one chop foul by Semien. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Northwestern and the Washington Huskies still battling. 10-0 Huskies. Great job by Emerson Hancock. And like I said, even though he's going to have, not the greatest record or ERA, I kind of trust him more than Luis Castillo at this point. Obviously Castillo ended up getting hurt, but I feel that we have a better chance to win with Hancock on the mound than Castillo. And that's not good, for Castillo fans. But, he ran his course. He did all he could do for us. And tomorrow we got some great games. Eagles, Saints, right? And a few others. And I'll be doing a couple reaction videos. I'll be watching Red Zone, and I'll be watching the Bucs and the Broncos, as well as the Eagles and Saints. And then once obviously those morning games end, I'll do an Eagles-Saint reaction video, a Bucs-Bronco reaction video, and we'll get into Sunday Night Football, then Monday Night Football, and on Monday morning, I will be doing probably 3 reaction videos there, and then depending on what we get for views, then I may do 1 or 2 more on Tuesday. I've been trying to shoot for about 5 to 8 reaction videos a week based off the matchups. But I'm going to always do the Saints, and I'm always going to do the Bucs, and then it just kind of comes down to what are the good quality matchups and games, based on the YouTube fan base, and I'll try to cater to them. Bottom of the third, 2-0 Mariners. Runner at second with 2 outs. 1-0 pitch to Josh Smith. 2-0 count to Josh. In our fantasy league for the NWSF, we've been doing it for 8 years, and this might be the most competitive it's been. We got all regulars on the channel in the league, and again, the depth in this league is much deeper than I've ever seen it. Normally, we only have like 1 or 2 powerhouse teams, and there's just everyone else. But now, it seems like there's 6 teams that might be able to make the playoffs. There's only 4 spots, and the other 4 teams aren't really that far behind. So, a lot can happen with injuries, and injuries have been crazy this year in fantasy football if you're a player. I've never seen so many elite players go down with injuries in the first 2 weeks. Whether it be questionable, doubtful, IR, and missing 4 to 6 weeks right out of the gates, it's just a little crazy. But again, if you can manage your team and you had a good draft, you might be able to stay afloat by the time those guys come back, unless they're done for the year. But I don't think we have anyone really done for the year. We got like McCaffrey on IR and Puka, but hopefully they'll be back in 4 to 6 weeks. So, because I'm going to be able to need some of those pieces to be healthy. Cooper Kupp and run CMC. Damn it. 3-2 pitch from Hancock to Smith. Ooh, Smith crushes that one. Back. See ya. Line drive. And that's that big home run that we knew that was going to be given up at some point. Emerson Hancock, no more home runs, and you're fine. You can only give up 3 or less, and that's not ideal, but that's a big home run. And then now we have a 2-2 tie. Damn it! 104.3 exit velo by Josh Smith. Crushed the fuck out of that one right down the middle. Damn it. We knew that was coming at some point. If Castillo was pitching, the same thing would have happened. Hell, if we had anybody pitching right now, it probably would have happened. So got to be very careful when you pitch right down the middle like that. The Rangers and the Astros and A's would love to play spoiler to the Mariners. Now we just need Hancock to gain his composure. Don't freak out. Just let that go past you. Upset, but finish this inning, and hopefully he'll still go 6 innings, and we'll still be in this game. But now we have a game, and it's tied up 2-2. Britt in the building. How are you? Missed you. Yeah, Kittle's not playing. He's out. He's out 100%. He's not playing. I've been all over the wire and all over the team websites. Yeah, he is too far gone. He's not playing. How's it going, Brett? I know the Twins and the Red Sox had like a rain delay, like postponed. Little chopper, throw to first, and Emerson Hancock gets out of the inning by Wyatt Langford dribbling out into a ground ball out. But Emerson Hancock gives up that 2-run jack. Not ideal, but again, he's done a great job other than that one pitch. So hopefully he can continue. Obviously not giving up those big plays, but you assume that when you got a guy that is more of a AAA pitcher filling in for Castillo, there's going to be some good, there's going to be some bad, and there's going to be some ugly. And but up to that point, he played great. It's one bad pitch, but sometimes that's all it takes is one bad pitch, and you fucking lose the game. So 10-0 Huskies. Let's see who's up next here for the Mariners. Let's go to the top of the 4th. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 1, Dylan Moore. Batting second, 0 for 1 with a K in the 9-hole, third baseman Josh Rojas. And batting third, new photo, and he loved it. 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI. Saw the first pitch strike, swung at it, and it was gone, baby. Julio Rodriguez already with 1 home run, 2 home runs yesterday. Can he do it again? Let's wait and see. Let's go, J-Rod. Trident's up. Got ourselves a good game. Huskies starting to pour it on. 16-0 over Northwestern, which they should. Any other games that I should be paying attention to, Sarah, in the college football world? Any ranked opponents or any worthwhile matchups? Because I'm about to turn the channel on this Husky game because, it's over. Northwestern is not going to be able to compete. This one might end up getting very ugly for Northwestern, so I'm looking for another game to watch. Ooh, I need to turn that on. I totally forgot about that. And Dale Jr. raced yesterday and ended up giving a couple drivers the finger, ended up having some bad pits, was in last place for a little bit, and then fought back and finished in 7th. And for a part-time driver that has the longest streak of at least one race a year, I love seeing Dale Jr. out there at Bristol. And I'm going to have to turn that on. Great. Thank you for reminding me. Fuck. Let's see here. I got caught up watching USC and Michigan, and then obviously got caught up with the Huskies there. Let me turn this off, and then I have a NASCAR link here. All right. There it is. And boom. I'm on. Three, 2. Rojas. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second. Top of the fourth, 2-2 Mariners and Rangers. 0-1 count to Josh Rojas. Appreciate you. Missed you. Tennessee, Oklahoma. What's the score in the Tennessee-Oklahoma game? Pitch is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Rojas. Yeah, but if it's NASCAR, and especially if we're in the playoffs, that's going to take priority to me. Like, I might tune in a little bit. Oh, it's no score yet? Okay. When things start getting spicy and dicey, you let me know. And then I'll open up another link, and I'll just try to see. I mean, I got gig service, so I can watch, multiple streams at the same time while also working. But, sometimes, based on others in the area and the bandwidth and whatnot, sometimes if you end up doing 3 or 4 at a time, it will lag at some point. But Rojas swings and misses. 2 away. Yeah, keep me posted, you two, Captain Oreo and Sarah, with that matchup. Next up for the Mariners with a solo blast on the first pitch of the game, who's been red hot and electric, Julio Rodriguez. Trident's up, baby. Let's go. 0-1 pitch to Julio, check swing. Behind in the count now, 0-2. Come on, Julio. Perfect. I got the NASCAR Cup Series on here as well. Bristol, 88 laps of 500, and I totally forgot. I mean, I knew it was today, but again, it's like, normally we get races that are on Sunday, but obviously when we go through the playoffs, sometimes they'll have them on Saturday. So it's, depending on what your plans are, or if you got a lot of shit that you've been doing errands, sometimes it does get to a point where like, okay, is the race on Saturday or on Sunday? But obviously having yesterday, on Friday, having the Xfinity, that should have been the tall tale sign. Anytime they have the Xfinity on Friday, then the race is going to be on Saturday that next day. Julio, dribbler towards third base, foul. Now I'm in heaven now. I got all my favorite people in the room. Britt just entered. We got NASCAR Cup Series at Bristol, short track racing. We got Mariners and Rangers knotted up at 2. Top of the fourth with 2 outs. Julio in the box. I am good. Let's go, Julio. He said, I'm getting ice cream. 1-2 pitch. Pitch is inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. What do you think about this short track, Britt? You like Bristol or no? I mean, I guess it kind of depends on what type of tracks you like. Short track, long track, off-road. Julio, slow dribbler towards first is foul. Come on, Julio. Keep grinding it out, man. You've been fantastic. And you're finally earning your paycheck after having a very, very rough 2024. You were great, in 2022, Rookie of the Year. You were great last year, 30-30. But this year, it was a combination of things. But if we would have had Edgar Martinez from the beginning of the year, there you go, Julio. Way to battle it out on a 2-2 count. Normally, if that was Scott Service, Julio Rodriguez, that would have easily been a strike 3, right? It just wouldn't have been anything else, or a ground out. But now you're starting to see Julio be a little bit smarter, with his swings, not trying to swing for the fences every single time. You have to be able to understand situational hitting. Go for singles. Don't have to swing for a home run every time. Julio has learned that, and now 38 multi-hit games this season, number 1 for the Mariners. There you go. Now we got a pitching change. Bye-bye, Dunning. Hell yeah. There we go. And again, that stat line that I gave earlier in the game was crazy. All right, so Julio Rodriguez and the Mariners' offensive numbers in MLB ranked the past 26 games, obviously around that time, where we ended up, letting Scott Service go, getting Dan Wilson in. Batting average, right? We were one of the worst in baseball, right? 251, 9th, instead of batting around 200 right before. On base percentage, 351. Third in MLB. OPS, 764. Fifth. WRC, fourth. Home runs, 32. 12th. Doubles, 43. 13th. And this is out of 30 teams, remember. Strikeout rate, 24.3%. 11th. We were number one. We were worst, or which would have been maybe 32nd or 30th. So we went from 30th to 11th. Pretty good. Walk rate, 11.3. First. Stolen bases, 34. Third. Sack flies, 15. Number one in MLB. I think we had, maybe that up to that point in the season. And in just a matter of 26 games, we matched what we did with Scott Service the whole fucking year, over 100 games. Awesome. Sacrifice bunts, 6. Second. Bunts, and more bunts. Victor Robles, why aren't you playing? Let's go, baby. All right, I need to turn on NASCAR Cup Series volume here. Give me some volume, baby. There we go. All right, Dunning is out. 103 laps out of 500. That's going to be a long race. I love it, man. The beginning of the race, the middle of the race, and then obviously those last 50 laps. You know, it's like if you have shit that you got to do, you never want to miss those last 50. Top of the fourth, 2-2 game. Runner at first with 2 outs. Chafin is in. Andrew. Opponent average on lefties, 253. Righties, 235. And since we have a lefty in, does that mean Victor Robles is going to get in? I hope so. It's like I actually look forward to watching Victor Robles more than maybe anybody on the team besides Julio as of late, because now he's hot. And obviously Cal Raleigh and Luke Raley. But those are the main 4. Those are the cornerstone pieces. But when you're getting good production out of like Turner and Polo, Rojas, Moore, JP, that's when you know things are starting to come together. But we need to find a way to dig this out, and we need to be able to win this. I mean, we got to literally go 9-0. We won yesterday, so we're 1-0. But now we got 8 games left. And we got the Rangers, the Astros, and the A's, and it's not going to be fucking easy. But if we can get good production out of Julio and the rest, we're going to have a chance. Primo in the building. What's good? Go M's. Nice to see Julio and the rest of the team kind of get back to what we know that they can be. You know, and sometimes you just have the wrong manager, the wrong hitting coach. Julio. Safe, baby. Let's go. What's good, bro? Good luck tomorrow with the Hawks. You know, my Bucks and your Hawks have been playing great this year, and I hope that you guys have a good chance to not only, play well, but there is a chance that you guys win the division this year, next year, or the following year. The Niners keep having injuries, and Seattle keeps playing well. There is a chance that Seattle could win 10 to 12 games. Let's say they win 11, and if the Niners get hurt, maybe they win 10, or maybe the Hawks win 12 and the Niners win 11, either this year or next year. Again, McDonald, you're starting to see, maybe the Ravens should have let Harbaugh go and made McDonald head coach. And I think a lot of Raven fans are starting to make that assumption that maybe they made a mistake by keeping Harbaugh there, because obviously we know at some point Harbaugh as well as Tomlin are going to be gone, and they're going to have to look for that next guy up. And you're probably not going to find another coach like McDonald for the Ravens after Harbaugh. And what is lost with the Ravens, with McDonald leaving, Seattle gained, and you guys picked the right guy. And I really like what I've been seeing out of the Hawks this year. Offensive line is still shitty, like ranked 31st, but if you guys are doing this well with the offensive line struggles, Croft has been good this year. He was PFF number 1 tackle for the first 2 weeks, so that's good. But for the other 4 spots, not so good. So again, build the O-line, build the defense, turn into a baby Ravens, and again, you got Gino, you got obviously JSN as the 2 now with DK. Lockett is now the 3. Now you got to have Kenneth Walker the 3rd stay healthy with the oblique, but you got Zach Charbonnet, who's very proficient and sufficient enough to still get 15 to 20 fantasy points, to score a touchdown or 2 receiving or on the ground. So you're very blessed that even though that Walker is down, you're still going to be able to win games with Charbonnet. He's that talented. So I would know. I have him on fantasy, and I'm even starting him. So every time you end up playing a player like that, even with a weak O-line, things are on the up and up for the Hawks. I love it. Even though I may not be a Hawk fan myself, but I pay attention to everything they do living here in Oregon. Force out at third, and they leave 2 stranded, and we're still knotted up here at 2. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Yeah, I just feel like, something is missing. And again, obviously a tough schedule, playing the Chiefs right out of the gates. But to be 0-2 for the Ravens, that's not something that you're going to see that often unless they're playing like 2 of the best teams in the first 2 weeks. But again, the Derrick Henry addition is great, but again, not having McDonald there for the defense, you can tell they are not good anymore. Like they used to be really good, Ravens flock. And they're missing it. They're missing that strategy and that personnel. And Seattle has definitely gained a gem. And he's going to be in the running for Coach of the Year. And honestly, at this point, with some of the weaknesses on defense and the O-line, if he gets that team at 10, 11, 12 wins, either first place or wild card, he might be at the top of the list for a Coach of the Year. I know that, he's going to have my vote, for being up there if they can sustain, obviously, this long term. And we don't know if that is going to happen, but as long as the injuries don't get too bad for you, playoffs for the Hawks for sure. Pretender, contender, a lot of the ESPN, Fox Sports outlets are haters, and they want to say that the Seahawks are pretenders like the Vikings and the Chargers. No, they're contenders. Again, it's just Northwest bias for whatever reason. People love hating on the Northwest teams. But again, when we're good, we're good. But again, for whatever reason, the national media doesn't like to give Oregon or Washington teams credit. But it's all right. We'll be the underdog, take the hate, and eventually they'll be able to make those other teams pay. Oh, yeah, man. And, it's crazy, too. We have injuries to Vita Vea, Antoine Winfield Jr. We got all these injuries, but we're getting other guys, McCollum and Isian, guys that normally were not that good for us, and now they're playing very good. So, Devin White is no longer on the team. Levante David is a first ballot Hall of Famer. So it's like you got a lot of these, guys that – we have some vets and we have some young bloods out there. Obviously, injuries have hurt us a little bit, but the Baker Mayfield era is going very, very well. And again, I'm trying to win the NFC South for the 4th year in a row. Saints are very good this year. Falcons are improved. It's going to come down to the wire, but I'm very excited about that. Bottom of the 4th, 2-2, Mariners and Rangers. I got NASCAR Cup Series at Bristol on as well. Watched USC barely lose to Michigan earlier today. Huskies dominating Northwestern. It's a full jam-packed day of sports, racing, and obviously no wrestling today, but we're going to be getting closer to the next wrestling pay-per-view. When's the next pay-per-view, Sarah, for WWE? I know you'll be watching a lot of Raw and SmackDown, and obviously Netflix is going to grab Raw in January, and then we're going to get an extended SmackDown for 3 hours. I just can't wait. And then I saw that AEW is getting picked up by, was it Showtime? So some of their pay-per-views are going to be on the Showtime app. So it's cool to be able to see wrestling, progressing as well. Bottom of the 4th, 2-2, Mariners and Rangers. Adolis Garcia in the box. Big swing and a miss. Got him. There we go. Nice job by Emerson Hancock, who at this point is probably a better pitcher than Luis Castillo. Who would have thought? I mean, they're both about average. Both around a 500 record, but I think if it's a trust thing, I think I trust Hancock more than Castillo at this point of the year. Obviously, we know Luis is injured, but even if he wasn't, I would be very nervous if Castillo was pitching today. And again, you already know every pitcher is going to have the ability to give up those big home runs and big RBIs, but it's all about consistency. And I think that, again, Castillo is by far the worst pitcher on the staff. You go Wu and Miller have been the best lately. Kirby and Gilbert don't get run support, and those guys are typically great. But if we're talking about lately, Wu 1, Miller 2, and then obviously Gilbert 3, Kirby 4, and then probably Hancock 5. Or, you could, interchange some of those names. So, bad blood. Can't wait. Pitches outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Let them know. We're already almost an hour and a half in. We're waiting on that first dono train. Two-one pitch. Nathaniel Lowe. And Randy Arozarena is there, 2 away. Definitely excited for tomorrow on the NFL side. I'll be watching Red Zone and a lot of games in the morning. Broncos, Bucks, and obviously Eagles, Saints has potential to be the best game this weekend. Looking forward to that. Nathaniel Lowe with a little pop-up. 2 away. Next up, third baseman Ezekiel Duran. One-0 pitch at the knees. 2 balls and no strikes. Stan with Ukraine. How are you, brother? Let's go, M's. 249 average, 3 homers, 19 ribbies for Duran. Pitches outside. Should have been a ball, but called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike from Hancock to Duran. In all honesty, though, it's probably better that they end up losing a bunch of games, because if that happens, right, then you're going to be able to get higher draft picks and better players in next year's draft. Like, we already know that they're not making the playoffs this year, and obviously Bo is, struggling a little bit more than I think people anticipated, right? But again, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, offensive line, defense need to be improved. But again, no one wants to see a team have a horrible record and only win like 1, 2, 3 games. But if that were to happen and they end up, going like, 3-14 or something like that, and they can end up getting one of the top 3 picks, and they can end up getting the best offensive lineman in the draft or the best defensive player, that could go a long ways, on rekindling that Von Miller greatness on that side of the ball, or getting someone really beefy up front to help, block for, not only Bo Nix, but for the running backs. So, it sucks that, some of these teams are not, doing as much as, maybe some of the fan base wanted, but it could be a blessing in disguise. Sometimes you got to take a step backwards to go 10 steps forward, instead of winning like 7 games and going 7-10 and not being able to get that high draft pick. So, sometimes, things end up happening for a reason. And if they end up having a couple bad years, can stash and get a couple good draft picks, get a couple free agents, then maybe in a couple years, Bo will have the right supporting cast around him to make a run for second place in the AFC West behind the Chiefs. Nice little dribbler there. Nice job by Ezekiel Duran. Next up, center fielder Leody Taveras. Base knock right in front of Julio. Julio's arm is too strong. You're not going to run on him right there. Runners at first and second. And this is a key point for a lot of pitchers. When you get to the 4th or 5th inning and you have 2 outs and you give up 2 hits, like, what do you do here? Some teams will pull the pitcher. Some teams will keep them in there and have a little mound visit. But this is kind of like the point in the game where we either get out of this inning and then the momentum comes back to Seattle, or they end up getting a huge hit or home run or RBI, and we're going to have to be looking up at the scoreboard down a run or 2. So Cal Raleigh and company need to make sure that we're, going to get either an easy ground out or pop up. I highly doubt we're going to get a strikeout here, but we have to make sure that we get out of this inning unscathed. It's already 2-2 when we had that 2-0 lead. 3-3 Oklahoma and Tennessee tied up. Okay. I don't really know how it's going to play out here, but I hope the Mariners win. We need to win. We have more pressure to win this than the Rangers do. They're trying to play spoiler. They've been eliminated. We're trying to win every single game the rest of the way to give us a very small percentage chance to get into the wild card, but we still need the Tigers, Twins, and Astros to lose as much as possible, but that's probably not going to happen. You might get one team to fuck up, but you're probably not going to get 3 teams to fuck up, so and we're not catching the Astros. So really, it comes down to the Tigers fucking up and the Twins fucking up and us going on a hot streak. Kelly popped up, and Cal Raleigh with the perfect call, and we get out of the inning. There we go. That was perfect. Great job, Emerson Hancock and Cal Raleigh. Way to get out of that inning. Huge. All right, we're one like away from 20. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. We want to try to hit 30 to 50. Now we're at 20. Thank you so much. Now we need 10 more to go to hit 30. Let's try to get there before the game ends. Appreciate you guys. And we're still waiting for the first dono on the dono train. We hit 200 plus yesterday. Still waiting for the first here this afternoon. Let's see who's up next here for the Mariners in the top of the fifth. Wait for them to be able to get everything situated there. And like I mentioned multiple times on the stream, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health, addiction, depression, anxiety. You know, these are things that not only I've gone through, but I know some of y'all are going through it. Make those minor adjustments to your daily routine. If you're not exercising, exercise. And it doesn't have to be, an hour and a half, 7 days a week like me and my pup. Just even getting a 15-minute walk every day will make you feel a hell of a lot better, right? And you start losing weight. I went from 270, I'm down to 185 in about a year. So anybody can do it. You just have to push, okay? And if you're not eating healthy, eat healthy. Cut back on the fast food. It tastes great, but it makes you feel like shit, and you'll gain a lot of weight. And if you can find that balance, you'll feel a lot better as well. And make sure you're listening to 30 minutes of music every single day, right? Spend your time in a good, positive space like the NWSF. And if you do these basic things, you'll be able to get back on track and win the day. Let's go, baby. Next up for the Mariners, Luke Raley. Let's go, Luke. Nuke it, baby. Pitches inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts for Luke Raley. And one of my favorite additions to the team, probably number 2 behind Victor Robles, as far as, new players joining the team that feel like they are a cornerstone to the roster. Obviously, Julio and Cal, are the main guys, right? But Robles and Raley have been fucking great for us. And I can't wait to see them progress and get better and better. Let's go, baby. I got the Griffey jersey on for the throwback vibe, so we got to be able to get this dub. Top of the fifth, 2-2, Mariners and Rangers, 2-2 count to Luke Raley. And I got NASCAR Cup Series on here, or lap 146 out of 500 at Bristol, and a lot of college football that's on now as well. There we go, Luke. Hell yeah. I love it when we can talk up a guy and then they end up producing. Nice job, Luke Raley. Next up, first baseman Justin Turner. Let's go, JT. Big swing and a miss. JT 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Same thing with Polo. Keep this going, baby. Let's go, Justin. Yeah, I can't even tell you the last time that Justin Turner went 2 for 2 with Polo right next to him being 2 for 2 as well. But we'll take it. 259 average, 11 homers, and 49 ribbies for Justin Turner here in 2024. Pitches inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Justin Turner. Let him know. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you got a Twitter/X account, like and retweet the post. And again, if you haven't smashed that like button yet, help us out. Help us get to 30. And once we get there, it'll be a lot easier to hit the algorithm and the metrics. But we're already at 20 plus, so that's a good sign. Chafin, 19 pitches in, coming in for Dane Dunning. He's got the cowboy mustache, if there ever was one in MLB. That one chopped foul by Turner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count is full. Chafin looks like a fucking cowboy for sure. That might be the best stash in MLB that I've seen all year. Check swing. Turner, that one goes into the stands. Good souvenir. Turner popped up. Should be a routine play for the center fielder. Tavares is there, 1 away. Next up, DHing for Seattle, 2 for 2, Jorge Polanco. Two for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI for Polo. .204 average, 15 homers, and 42 ribbies for Polanco. Obviously, batting average incredibly low, but I mean, at least he's at 15. We want to try to get as many players as close to 20 home runs for the season. With only 8 games left, we just got Randy and Luke over 20. I don't think you're going to get Polo to 20. Luke Raley going in there. Luke Raley safe at second. Nice stolen bag, Luke. There we go. Now we got a runner in scoring position with only 1 out. Great slide there by Luke Raley. Attaboy. My boy. Big dog. Always running hard to first, always running hard on defense, and always sliding in there with aggressiveness into second base. Nice job, Luke. You the man. Way to bring that electricity. Let's see if we can get him home. The real question is who's going to win the home run title this year, Ohtani or Judge? They're neck and neck. Line drive, double play. Golly, fuck. And a big double play there. And Chafin gets out of the inning. Brutal. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 5th. We're still knotted up here at 2. Take a look at some of the scores here. All right, so we're going to the bottom of the 5th. Next up for the Rangers, 1 for 1 with a run, right fielder in the 9-hole, Travis Jankowski. Batting second, 0 for 2, second baseman, Marcus Semien. And batting third, 2 for 2 with a run, 2 RBIs with that 2-run blast to tie the game up, 2-2, Josh Smith. Let's go Mariners. Yeah, I will be. I mean, I'm doing every Mariner game pretty much, unless there's like a football game going on. So out of these last few games, I'm going to try to do almost every one. So there might be like one that I like. If you're on tomorrow early, I might not do tomorrow because I'm going to be, doing football stuff. Yeah, I mean, we got the Astros and the A's, and again, with like 8 left, and this one I did yesterday, chances are I'm probably going to do every single Mariner game left except for maybe one. So maybe 2. I mean, kind of depending on what time they're on and whatnot. So, but like tomorrow they play at 11:35 in the morning. I'm not going to do that game. I'm going to end up watching it. But again, I'll be obviously watching football, getting ready for reaction videos that I got to prep for, and then I'll be doing Sunday night. But we got Brian Wu versus Haney tomorrow, 8-3 versus 5-14. So I know Wu can win tomorrow, and he can recover and whatnot. And I guess there is a slight chance that I could possibly do the game tomorrow early. I haven't really thought about it and whatnot, so. But as soon as the game would end, I would have to jump in and do reaction videos. I'd have to do the Saints and Eagles and Bucks Broncos, and then make another thumbnail and then do Sunday Night Football. So I try to be able to, do as much as I can without burning myself out. So. But on this game, yes, I should do this game for sure. Jankowski popped up to Randy Arozarena, 1 away. And we got Chiefs-Falcons tomorrow night, which will be awesome. And then on Monday, we got Jags-Bills or Commanders-Bengals. So obviously I probably would be leaning more towards doing Josh Allen and the Jags, for the Bills and the Jags, Josh Allen on both teams, rather than doing Commanders and Bengals. Obviously, Jaden Daniels and Burrow, that they'll be able to go after it. But if I was going to do one of those games, I would do the Bills game instead. So I'd rather watch Josh Allen sling it. So bottom of the 5th, 2-2, Mariners and Rangers. Nobody on with 1 out. Marcus Semien in the box. And the Mariners play the Astros at 5. So I guess I would have a decision to make, do the Mariner-Astro game or do the Monday Night Football game. Maybe I would do the Mariner game instead. I don't know. Kind of just depends. They're doing a doubleheader on Monday night. So, I mean, I can always watch all 3 games at the same time, but just which one is going to be the primary stream. So, and we only got a few games left for the Mariners, so we'll see. Appreciate you finally getting on the board. $1.99 to go. And again, you never want to have any stream, with a 0 ever. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little Cactus Jack, bang, bang. Show some love for all the hard work that we put in on this channel. This is not something that's easy to do. Everybody on the Mariners converging on that pop-up. There we go. And we're going to go to the top of the 6th, 2-2, Mariners and Rangers. Let me know what you want to do for a photo, and I got you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Obviously, the sooner that we can get that first $1 to $5 dono or whatever it is out of the way, then we can get more to, obviously hop onto that particular dono train. But, if you go 2-3 hours without even getting the first one, it's hard to be able to gain momentum if nobody's supporting. So, and it's not like we don't get support here. We hit over 200 yesterday. So to be at a nothing for almost 2 hours is a little shocking, but, it is what it is. A lot of people got bills to pay, and again, your boy does. So anything that can be done to be able to show some love and support would be greatly appreciated. Liking, subbing, donating, commenting, sharing, whatever that may be. All right, I got you. 131 of 500 laps there at Bristol. We're living in an amazing time right now to be able to watch Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. It's like watching Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle, back when my dad was a kid. We're getting the same type of thing right now. But the difference is that when it's all said and done, Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani are probably going to be putting up stats that even Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays couldn't do. That's something, Appreciate you. We're at 199 to go. JP with a hit. There we go. JP overslid the bag and then got caught out. Damn it, JP. Should have just took a single. But again, I know we're trying to be aggressive to get into scoring position, but overslid the bag and got called out. But good base knock by JP. And he obviously avoided the tag the first time, but should have kept his fingers on there and then tried to put his other hand on the bag and then got called out. Next up, second baseman Dylan Moore. We can't have too many errors like that and missed opportunities. Yeah, but we're still tied up 2-2, so there's still a chance that we can get it done. We just don't want too many, bad decisions and base running like that. And from time to time, it'll happen. It would have been much better that if, JP was at first, but there's still no guarantee that we would have knocked him home even from first. But, maybe a missed opportunity there. We'll see what happens with these next three batters. 3-0 count to Demo, and that's a walk. So we could have had guys at first and second. Rough. Next up for the Mariners, third baseman, Hollywood Josh Rojas. Now what you need is the next step, Matt, when you're doing those, highlight packages and going over play design. Now you need those people that actually liked it and watched it to follow you. That's the next step. By continuously putting out good material and not only having people like it, and obviously view it, but to actually sub to you or to, follow you on that platform. That's the next step. And obviously consistency is key. And the more that you do it, then you will start to hopefully getting some of those people to start following you. We obviously know Twitter/X has got a shitload of bots, but there are a lot of real people on there too. So top of the sixth, 2-2 Mariners and Rangers. Runners at first and second with one out. Nice. Congrats, dude. And again, at some point, not everyone that likes it or views it is going to follow. But if you do it enough where you're putting out, good material, eventually they're going to notice who you are. And eventually you'll start, gaining some ground on the follower sub count. So congrats on that, bro. And I told you, man, you were sleeping. I tried telling you a couple years ago, you need to do this, but finally you listened, and now you're starting to see a little fruits out of your labor, even though it's only been like 6 months or however long it's been since you got it and started that process. I'm never going to point anyone in the wrong direction. If I see potential in somebody, that they're good at something, I'll be able to point you in the right direction. Then it's just up to you to do it. And then if you listen, then you're going to get the results. If not, then that's up to you. But, I'm glad that you decided to, make an account and then start with that. And again, that's the perfect place to be doing that, because if you're doing it on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, you're not going to get people that care, as much. But obviously doing it on Twitter/X, that's the exact, social media platform for that type of thing. So that's where you're going to gain the most views and gain more ground, based on play calling and play formation and structure, as well as watching clips and being able to put your little twist to it. So, but congrats on that, man. Keep grinding. I like seeing my friends win. It's always good. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. Let's go, baby. Let's go to the, let me see here. Obviously, the people at ESPN are way behind. Now we got Jose Leclerc coming in. We're in the top of the sixth. Runners at first and second with one out. This is a good opportunity here for the Mariners to take the lead. Come on, Mariners. Julio Rodriguez in the box. First pitch that he saw in this game, he went yard. Don't know if he can do it again, but he did hit 2 home runs, just recently. So he's starting to catch fire. He's only 1 home run away from 20. Who would have thought, at the beginning of the year when he was at like 6 and we were like, oh God, this is terrible. Your batting average stinks. Your home runs stink. You're never going to get close to 30 home runs, 30 stolen bags, but he's really caught fire here, as pretty much as soon as Scott Service got fired and Edgar started working with him. And lo and behold, he's 1 homer away from 20. And if I had to put money on it that he would get to 20 or 21 or 22, I would say that's a pretty good bet to make. 8 games to go. There's probably a good possibility for 1 or 2 more homers. And if we're really lucky, maybe he'll get 3 or 4 more homers. And that'll help us win some of those games against the Astros and the A's. Or even here tonight. He hits a home run here. We up 5-2. We won. 0-2 pitch. Ooh, almost hit Julio in the face. Jesus Christ. Leclerc. Whoa. David in the building. What's good? How are you, brother? Yeah, I think that's one thing, though, that we all have in common as far as the mods and the regulars. We all do a lot of reading and a lot of, watching. So it's not like we have a lot of, people that are oblivious or dumb. There's a lot of other, locations you can go to find dumbass people that don't really know what they're talking about that are bandwagon fans. So, but again, when you have that passion for whatever it is, route structure, play calling, breaking down film, evaluating players, fantasy football, whatever it may be, we got it here. Top of the sixth, 2-2 Mariners and Rangers. Runners at first and second with 1 out. 2-2 count from Leclerc to Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. David in the building. What's good? Raiders. And that Brock Bowers is something. Wish I had him. 2-2 pitch and steps off the mound. Get him with a balk, damn it. What's going on in college football? You guys are kind of quiet over there. What's going on in the games? Anything interesting? Any good matchups? Obviously, besides that USC-Michigan game, what's going on? 2-2 pitch. Julio, here we go. Julio on fire, baby. Go, Demo, go. Another RBI by Julio Rodriguez. Let's fucking go. You get a new photo for Julio, and he fucking loves it. Let's go. Way to bring that electricity. Runners at first and third with 1 out. 3-2 Mariners. And imagine if JP didn't overrun the bag, maybe it's 4-2 Mariners at this point. But at least it didn't ruin the inning for us. Because sometimes when you get over-aggressive on the bags and you end up getting called out when you should have taken a single and you try to make it a double, then momentum goes away. Thank God it didn't. And Julio and company, 6 for 9 this series. My God, Julio Rodriguez. This is exactly what we wanted and envisioned that Julio would be all year, right? We didn't expect necessarily 40 home runs, 40 stolen bags, but we probably thought 30-30 like last year, and again, he's not going to hit that number, but he's definitely catching fire at the fucking right time. Next up is Cal Raleigh. 30 homers, 93 ribbies, leading the team in both categories there. Let's go, baby. This would be a great time for a Cal Raleigh free run, big dumper blast. If that ends up happening and we go up 6-2, it is over. Rangers will still end up maybe getting 1 or 2 more before the game ends, but let's go. Let's pour it on. Put the foot on the gas. Let's go, baby. Top of the sixth, runners at first and third 1 out, 3-2, Mariners, 2-1 count to Cal Raleigh. Trident's up, baby. Let's go. (20-15) Miami. Tennessee 10-3. Come on, baby. And it's like, instead of trying to swing for the fences and being off balance in every single swing when we had Scott Service, Edgar is teaching him, to make sure to, keep your balance and not try to just swing for the moon. And that really hurt him. Here we go. Cal Raleigh. RBI single, baby. Let's go. 4-2 Mariners. Hell yeah. There we go. There we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Way to bring that electricity. And now the Rangers know they are in trouble. Let's go. Awesome. It's exactly what we needed after yesterday. A little bit of Julio in our life and a little bit of Cal to set it up, baby. Let's go. Runners at first and third with 1 out, and we may not be done. We might be able to get to 5 or 6 or 7 before this inning ends. 10-plus hits in 10 of the last 16 games. We got 12 hits tonight. Why didn't we fire Scott Service earlier? My God, we are on fire. Let's go. And even with all that being said, it is possible that we still not make the playoffs. But again, we just want to make sure we're doing everything in our power to give us the best shot to try, and it's nice to be able to see us actually hitting now, Should have never had Scott Service for as long as we did. And hopefully we can make the right adjustments in the roster next year. So that way, if we don't make it this year and we miss it by like a half game or a game or a game and a half, that we can, not have that happen next year. And especially with all the farm talent going to be coming up soon, our team is going to look a hell of a lot better. Pitching staff will still be top 3, but then the hitting will go from being like the worst hitting team to being maybe somewhere, 15th or 20th. And if we end up ever getting to be a top 10 hitting team, we'll be in the World Series. Because again, if we're normally, 28, 29, 30 and have a top 3 pitching staff, and then all of a sudden we have a top 3 pitching staff and we're top 10 in hitting, yeah, we're going to be in the ALCS in the World Series with numbers like that. Don't know if we would be able to win the first time we went to the World Series. Probably would lose, but just to get there would be amazing. We've never been there as a franchise, so. And sometimes you got to lose before you win. Randy! And now we got an RBI. Julio's coming home. 5-2 Mariners. Bang! Let's go, baby. Nice job, Randy. That's my guy. Let's go, baby. Another ribby. Next up, right fielder, Luke Raley. And we know Luke can go for a 3-run blast. I mean, how amazing would that be? It's just nice to be able to see back-to-back hits or back-to-back-to-back-to-back hits, and also getting some RBIs or home runs out of it. Let's go. Top of the 6, 5-2 Mariners. Runners at first and second with 1 out. 1-0 pitch to Luke Raley from Leclerc. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. We got Bristol NASCAR Cup Series on here as well, college football, as well as this Mariner game. And hopefully we can get another base knock here by Luke. One pitch. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Luke Raley. Keep that electricity going, baby. 2-1 pitch. Pitch is outside. Good eye by Luke. 3 balls and 1 strike. Down the line, foul. Lots of blowouts. Watched Ohio State manhandle Marshall this morning. Gus and Joel are the best on planet Earth, period. You could even argue, going against Nance and Romo. Give me Gus and Joel. They are hands down the best announcers in sports. It's not even close. Great chemistry, great voices, great personality. You know, they literally could be doing any game, even dog shit teams, and I would watch. That's how good they are. Top of the sixth, 5-2 Mariners. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Next up is Justin Turner. Two for 3 with 2 singles so far for JT. Oh, 1 pitch. Check swing, foul. Behind in the count now 0-2. 259 average, 11 homers, and 49 ribbies for JT. Runners in scoring position, season numbers 270, 1 homer, and 38 ribbies. You know, a bases clearing double to get us to 7-2 would just be fucking magnificent. That one is foul. Top of the sixth, runners at first and second with 2 outs. 0-2 count to Justin Turner. That one chopped foul. Still remains 0-2. Come on, JT. Come on, Big Red. Love the beard. Let's go, baby. Let's go M's. 5-2 Mariners. And, starting yesterday, we had 9 games left, and we needed to go 9-0 to even give ourselves a chance to be able to get that last wild card spot. And we have to pray that the Tigers, as well as the Twins, just lose it completely, which is not really likely for both, but maybe one team might end up going on a losing streak. But we got to take care of our job here first. 1-2 pitch from Leclerc to Turner. Chopped it off himself. A little bit of a limp. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one definitely hurt. JT taking a breather. That one hurt. Especially when you foul it off your own ankle or leg. I can only imagine. He's tough, though. He'll walk it off. Nice win by Utah, beating Oklahoma State. That's the only problem with college football. There's just not enough good matchups every week. It's like you got, many games, but usually you only have a couple good ones, And it doesn't even have to be just like ranked opponent, but that's the problem with the structure in college football unless they do a top 50 ranking system. There's way too many blowouts week in and week out. 1-2 pitch to Justin Turner. That one chopped foul. It's a long at bat here. Justin Turner 2 for 3. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, help us get to 30 before the stream ends. I saw what Baker said in that interview. I mean, there's a little bit of truth to it. You know, Brady is obviously, you have to have that, kind of crazy ass mentality, and again, we won a Super Bowl. If Brady wasn't that way, we wouldn't have never won, so I don't really think it was anything like bad. He's just basically stating, that's how it was. Some players might have loved it, when he was there. Some players, might have thought it was tough. But again, we needed that discipline, and we needed to be able to change the mindset to be able to be a winner and to be a champion. And if that didn't happen, then there wouldn't be a Super Bowl Lombardi. There a second one in Tampa. So, but I still like Bake. LFB. Let's fucking bake, baby. Plus, sometimes things are going to be a little misconstrued, and everyone's going to have their opinion on certain players and what things are said. Just like your boy Drake May talking about Aaron Rodgers over Tom Brady. It is what it is. Every player is going to have certain guys that they look up to, and it may not be that guy in that particular organization. It sounds crazy, but, to be able to, get a play in there, and, obviously we know Brady is going to be like the second coach out there, but if he ended up getting a play call and he had full control and, didn't agree with the play call and just threw it into the dirt, and decided to go to the next play, I mean, I don't really think that that's like a crazy thing, especially if you do have control at a quarterback, depending on who the OC is and if you have control. Because when you're a guy like Brady or Peyton Manning, you're kind of running the team yourself. Yeah, there's Bruce Arians, and yeah, there's an OC, and there's a DC. But when you end up being one of the legends of the game, I could definitely see Peyton or Brady or any of the GOAT type of players, Joe Montana. It's kind of like being a pitcher and and kind of nodding off the catcher. You're gonna do it your way, and it wouldn't surprise me if Brady or Manning decided to say fuck it and not go with the play that was called in and do their own. So I don't really think that's a bad thing. When you're a legend and a GOAT out there, you're kind of running the show. If you're anybody else, then maybe it would be an issue. But if it ends up being one of the best players to ever play, if not the best, to kind of wave off, is that the right thing to do? No, but again, it all depends on the team and if they give that player complete control or not. And we know Peyton Manning had full control. We know Brady had full control. So I mean, besides with Belichick, even though he was more on the defensive side, but only a couple players are going to have full control, when they end up getting to that point. So I don't really think that is a negative thing. If Brady decided to say fuck it on a play and just throw it into the dirt or incomplete pass because he didn't like the play or the look, I mean, what's so terrible about that? Not everyone is going to agree with the OC or the head coach, right? And obviously, if you're a legend like Manning or Brady, you probably feel like you're smarter than the OC or the head coach at times, because you're the one that's out there doing it, Bottom of the 6, 5-2 Mariners. Nobody on, nobody out. 2-0 count to Wyatt Langford. Pitch in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Wyatt Langford. Well, you got to understand, a lot of people in New England, when they were playing there, they were miserable because they had to be micromanaged by Bill Belichick. But again, if you end up winning Super Bowls, you'll take it. It's just like working at a shitty job, but if you end up, being a winner at the end, and then sometimes you have to be micromanaged, you don't like it. But at the end of the day, if you end up hitting the goals, then you'll accept it. but it doesn't mean everyone is happy, But again, if you're getting micromanaged and you're not winning, then of course everyone will be upset. So the biggest micromanager that we've ever seen has been Bill Belichick. And again, you got results, and not a lot of people maybe were having a lot of fun with that, but at the end of the day, if you win, that's a trade-off, but if you get micromanaged and you don't win, then you're fucking miserable, right? Or the message goes in one ear, out the other. But I would imagine there was probably some people on the Bucs, when Brady was there, where they might have been a little miserable with the way that he was running things. But again, you have to be able to change the mentality, from, hey, let's just play this game, instead of like, we need to win the championship and nothing else is appropriate or okay, And again, I enjoyed the time that we had, and Brady changed the culture. And so for some of the weak-minded players that maybe didn't like that, that's on them. But at the end of the day, what happened? Brady came and we won. And that's exactly what we wanted to have happen in that 3-year stretch, for him to try to win. I think just a lot of people thought that we would win year 2 or year 3, not year 1. But at the end of the day, if they didn't like, some of the, practices or regimens or meetings, because Brady was kind of hard on guys, that's exactly what we needed, But again, with Baker, it's a different type of team, and you got to think also too, everyone gave up on Baker, everybody, oh, he's a failure, going from Oklahoma to the Browns and to the Panthers, obviously making a little stop for the Rams, and then got a, try it out deal, prove it deal for 1 year from the Bucs, and then, ended up making it. And then he's matured, he got a baby girl now. And again, if you go back to see where Baker was years ago to where he is now, he's in a much better place mentally and physically, and everybody in the organization loves him. And again, it's a different type of player, than Brady, and there might be some jealousy from Baker, to Brady, or wanting to be in that same type of realm of hopefully one day bringing a Super Bowl to Tampa. But I don't think there's necessarily bad blood, sometimes people need to speak their minds, not everyone's going to agree. Because we got to admit, if Belichick wasn't hard on Brady and Brady wasn't hard on players, they would have never won. They had to do it that particular way. And obviously when you saw Brady come to Tampa, he was having more fun with Gronk than he did with, Bill in New England. Because again, towards the end, it got a little dicey. Obviously with Kraft and who they wanted to keep, who they wanted to get rid of. And I don't think anyone likes getting micromanaged, regardless if you're winning or losing. Micromanaging is the shittiest thing, but again, at the end of the day, if you're winning Lombardis, then I guess you accept it, right? Bottom of the 6th, 5-2 Mariners. Runner at first with 1 out. 1-2 pitch from Taylor to Lowe. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm glad that Brady came because we needed that shot in the arm. We had a lot of talent, but we didn't have discipline. And if we never had Brady there, I feel like a lot of what Brady brought there with Gronk is still there, instilled with the team. I mean, obviously they are trying to instill certain characteristics on the defense, and that's Levante David, based on, what he brings to the team with the passion and the energy and the commitment. But on the offensive side of the ball, still those things that Brady instilled have rubbed off on some of the players still to this day. And I can guarantee Mike Evans and Godwin and a lot of those players, Levante David, are always going to be forever grateful for not only Brady, but for Gronk and Bruce Arians. Bottom of the 6th, 5-2 Mariners. Runner at first with 2 outs. Nice job, Troy Taylor. That's my guy. Ezekiel Duran in the box, throw to second, safe. Let's go, Cal. Ezekiel Duran 1 for 2 with a single in the 4th. Yeah, but regardless of what, Baker says, on how things were and how things are now, again, it's been a long time. I mean, we didn't really have anybody. I mean, Brady was the first franchise quarterback we ever had. We had Vinny Testaverde coming in, and we had a bunch of shitty ones. Josh Freeman was good for a year. Chris Sims was garbage. We had Jeff Garcia for a year. I mean, we've been, going through quarterbacks left and right. Nice RBI there for the Rangers, 5-3 Seattle. So to be able to go from, Brady being the first franchise quarterback we ever had, even though he came over from another team. And now we finally have our second one in Baker. There's always going to be, similarities and differences. But at the end of the day, I'm happy that we've had both guys there. Different personalities, different type of vibe, different aura. But if Baker keeps playing like he is now, he might be a dark horse for the MVP at the end of the year. And who knows? Maybe the Bucs overachieve, and there is a small percentage chance that they get to the NFC Championship game. I'm not saying that they would be able to make it to the Super Bowl this year. There's a lot of good teams in the NFC, Detroit and the Saints and many others that are going to get hot with the Hawks and the Niners. But, you never know. And I hope Baker has some success for the team. I mean, nobody wants to lose. Bottom of the sixth, runner at first with 2 outs. Troy Taylor on the mound, our rookie ace. A little early for him to come in here in the sixth, but we'll take it. 0-2 pitch to Leody Taveras. Throw to first. Safe. That's okay. That's all right. Baker will be my boy. If you and Baker aren't on good terms, that's all right. But then that would mean that that you hate Drake May and you want him off the team then. If we're going based off that, obviously for his love for Aaron Rodgers. But, I guess that's what happens with the youth movement. You get these people that look up to certain individuals. It might be one of the more purest throwers in the game. But off the field, a little suspect, Aaron Rodgers. But everyone's got their favorites, even Drake May. He might like Rodgers over Brady. That's his choice. I mean, no, not everybody can be perk Aaron Rodgers, and deliver the way that he did off the perks. Bottom of the sixth, 5-3 Mariners. Runner at first with 2 outs. Troy Taylor on the mound. Leody Taveras in the box. 1-2 pitch. And that one is chopped foul by Taveras. Let's go, Troy. Go, baby. Sling it. Let's go. Probably my favorite new addition to the team besides Victor Robles and Luke Raley. If I had a top 3, for people that are going to be a cornerstone of our franchise and be here for a long, long time, or we hope, Victor Robles, Luke Raley, and this guy right here, Troy Taylor. Money. And if anything ever happens to Andres Munoz, like he gets hurt, we can actually put Troy Taylor as our closer, kind of like how we had with Sewald and Munoz the year before Sewald got shipped out to, the Diamondbacks. Like Taylor's got that it factor where he could end up being the 6th inning pitcher or 7th inning like Matt Brash. He could be the 7th or 8th inning pitcher like he typically is, even though today he's in there in the 6th. But we could end up using him as a closer one day, depending on who's on the roster. Popped up in foul territory into the 4th row. Nice catch. That fan is living his best life. Let's go, Troy. Oh, you already know that. That's an easy question. You all day. All day, every day, forever. Bottom of the sixth, 5-3 Mariners. Runner at first, 2 outs. 3-2 pitch. And that one is fading foul. Go Taylor. Love this kid. It's awesome. 3-2 pitch. Ooh. And he walked him. Lost a little bit of control there. And he's always got kind of a smirk on his face where he's kind of pitching angry. But as long as the control is there, But he definitely has kind of an intimidation factor. And normally you don't see a rookie intimidate hitters ever, as far as like a bullpen guy. But I love him, man. He's got that intensity. Now we just got to make sure he gets out of this inning. You got to calm it down a little bit. All right, figure this out. Figure where we want to go. Because now it's, crucial. The bottom of the sixth. We're only up by 2. There's 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Same kind of jam we had in the 4th inning. When we had Emerson Hancock, Cal talked to Hancock, and then we ended up getting an easy, pop-up or ground out to end the inning. And that's what we need here. And we got Colin Snyder warming up in the pen. $99 to go. Oh for 2, ground out and a pop out. Carson Kelly pitches low at the knees into the dirt. 1-0 count. .239 average, 8 homers and 36 ribbies for Kelly. Come on, Mariners, finish strong. 1-0 pitch. Pitches outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Come on, Troy. You're starting to get frustrated there. Relax, dude. Relax. RELAX. Relax, baby. Jason 7th. Let's go. Napa know-how. I actually have a Napa sign that I just put up in the studio. I'm going to send you a picture. It looks good, though. I just sent it to you on Instagram. Britt. Keep me posted with Chase. It'd be great if he could end up winning the race, but if he doesn't, hopefully he'll be a top 3 or top 5. But I've been wanting to hang this sign up for a long time. I mean, I've had it for 20 plus years, but finally got it up in the studio, and it looks awesome. Now we got bases loaded. I don't know if we can keep Troy in here now. He normally doesn't do this. This is one of the first times where I've seen him struggle a little bit. And now you're at a point now where you're probably going to have to pull him and bring in Colin Snyder, but that's the correct move. You're still my boy, Troy, but again, now you're getting to a point where if they have one swing right on the money and they go up 7-5, I don't know if we can come back from that. So we got to make sure we get the right pitcher in here at the right time. So substituting in Colin Snyder is I think the right thing to do. Sometimes you got to know when to fold them. And that's an opportunity to fold them, not hold them. But hopefully Colin Snyder doesn't fuck this up. Don't fuck it up, Colin. I'm pretty sure this is what we're getting next. All right, let's see where we're at. Are we at 30 yet? We're at 23. If you're in the room and haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 30. We just want to try to get that before the stream ends. We're at 24 now. Thank you. 6 more to go to hit 30. And then once we get to 30, we might be able to hit 35 or 40 before the stream ends, depending on where the game goes. Appreciate you guys. All right, Colin Snyder, we need to get this third out, baby. Snyder, 1.37 ERA, 39 innings, 44 strikeouts, 11 walks. We cannot afford a walk here to bring in a freebie and make it 5-4. I believe Colin will help us get out of this jam. That's all right. I'll forgive you. Appreciate you. All right, here we go. Travis Jankowski in the box. First pitch is high and outside. 1-0 count. I know what happens. Sometimes people are just interacting, commenting, doing other errands. And, sometimes, people just forget. Or they felt that they did it already, We're just trying to maximize the numbers the best that we can. And just give some friendly reminders. Bottom of the sixth, 5-3 Mariners. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Colin Snyder, 2-0 count to Travis Jankowski. 209 average, 1 homer, and 11 ribbies this season. Fucking A. 3-0 count. Jesus Christ. We're going to bring in a fucking freebie here. What the hell's going on? And that's why you need a good bullpen. You don't got a good bullpen, bad shit happens. And this is not what we expected. At this point, you might as well have just left Troy Taylor in if we were going to get 3 balls in a row by Snyder. Fuck. And that's a walk. And now it's 5-4. Fuck. Should have kept Taylor in the game. Now you got another guy in here just to fuck it all up. 4 straight balls, idiot. Yeah. We tend to have those. Ay, ay, ay. Fucking 4 straight balls. Next up is Marcus Semien. We're starting to lose the momentum now. We're barely hanging on by a thread. We need to get out of this inning. One swing, we're talking 8-5. Another swing, it could end up being 6-5. 1-0 pitch. There we go. Finally a strike after the 6th fucking pitch by Snyder, idiot. Come on, Snyder. The fuck are you doing? Shave your beard. Focus, brother. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? 2 balls and 1 strike. Marcus Semien in the box. Oh, that's our MO. As soon as we get a lead, usually the team gets it right back in the next half inning or the next inning. It's very rare where we have a lead and we hang on to it for a long time. And, it's just kind of who we are, unfortunately. But the hitting has gotten better. A lot of our statistics have gone up hitting-wise and offensively since we fired Scott Service. Big swing and a miss by Semien. Count now is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 3-2 pitch. Got him. Get that. Oh. Wow. Randy Arozarena just made the game-saving catch. If he doesn't catch that, that probably scores 3 right there. Great job, Randy. Wow. That might have saved the game for us, literally, right there. Randy's effort in right field. If he dives for it and misses, or he just, tries to get it off the wall, that might have scored, 2 for sure, but maybe 3. And, it wasn't pretty, obviously, being up at 5-2 and then having it get dwindled down to 5-4. But that's a lot better than, being down, 6-5, 7-5, 8-5, 9-5. Because obviously, if that happens, the game is fucking over. So, end of the 6th, Randy Arozarena, we give him plenty of kudos. Nice job. Way to save the game, Randy. Let's see who's up next here in the top of the 7th for the Mariners. Wow. Unbelievable. I mean, Randy has made some bonehead plays, not fielding grounders in the outfield or pop-ups in the outfield, and he's fucked up a couple times. But that was a game-saving catch in right field. Nice job. Way to be, Randy. Chasing 5th. Napa, no hell. Let's see who's up here for the Mariners. I got to put up a chase photo for good luck. Well, he did save the season, damn it. What a play by Randy, baby. Next up, Jorge Polanco. Pitch is low and outside to Polo. 1 ball and 1 strike. Let's go, baby. That's what we need to see. It's been too long. Beautiful car. Napa know-how. What you know about Napa know-how? All the way back from Michael Waltrip. And now Chase Elliott. And then another error by the Rangers. We'll take it. We had 3 yesterday. Hi, Paisley. She's in here. She said, I miss you, Dad. Nice shot, Polo. Next up is J.P. Crawford. Top of the 7th, 5-4 Seattle. Runner at first with no outs. Next up is J.P. Crawford. Paisley Pup loves her dad, and dad loves her back. Little chopper towards third base. Throw to second, double play. And force out at second is out. JP running hard to first, safe. Next up for the Mariners, second baseman Dylan Moore. One like away from 30. If you're in the room and haven't smashed that like button yet, help your boy out. There you go. Now we're at 30. Appreciate you. Let's try to get to 40 before the game ends. We got 3 innings to do it. Let's go. Top of the 7th, Mariners up by 1. Runner at first. 1 out. Demo with a big swing and a miss. 1-1 count. 0 for 2 with a walk and a 6 and a run. Let's go, Demo. .205 average, 10 homers in 2024 for Demo. Takes a ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike from Leclerc to Demo. Come on, baby. We need some extra run support and insurance. 5-4, I don't know if that's going to be enough to win the game. But I did think, 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. Sometimes we can win with 4 runs, 7 to 10 hits. But, especially with these last 8 games, it's just nice that we're able to hit the baseball as good as we are. I mean, this is kind of crazy. 5 runs, 13 hits. The Mariners? I mean, shit, there's been some games where we've had 0 or like 1 all game. So to see a 13 next to the H column is beautiful. 4 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for Texas. So we'll take that. Nice catch by that fan. Nice foul ball by Demo. Come on, Dylan. 3-2 pitch. Got him. Big punch out by Leclerc. 2 away. Next up for the Mariners, 1 for 3 with a run and 2 Ks. Third baseman, Hollywood Josh Rojas. We're at 31, 9 to go, baby. Appreciate you guys. And we're at 199 to go on the Dono train. 1 for 3 with a single in the 6th and a run. Let's go, Josh. One 1-0 pitch to Rojas at the knees for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Josh. 2 for 6 this series for Rojas. And let's make it 3 for 7. Let's go. Larson, Truex, Hamlin, and Chase. Ooh, baby. Hendrick Motorsports in the top 4 spots. I like it. I like it. It's funny. Speaking of Hendrick Motorsports, I actually dug out my my Jeff Gordon autograph, rookie card from back in the day through Tracks. It's like you could buy packs back in the day, just like with basketball, baseball, football, and hockey, and they had NASCAR cards that you could buy. And if you were lucky enough that you might be able to get an autograph of like Jimmy or Jeff or Dale Earnhardt or, Dale Jr. And the one that I have, I didn't send it in to get it graded, but I think it would grade like a 10 or maybe a 9, maybe one day. But very clean, him with the little DuPont, jumpsuit. Mullet in the back. Beautiful. The good old 90s. 3-2 pitch. Rojas. Little blooper in right field. And that is the end of the top of the 7th with 1 runner stranded. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th and see who's up next for the Rangers. Next up for the Rangers, 2 for 3 with a run and 2 RBI. Shortstop, Josh Smith. And he ended up hitting a 2-run blast to tie the game up 2-2 in the 3rd inning. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a run and a base on ball. Up-and-coming player for the Rangers, left fielder Wyatt Langford. And batting third, their best player, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, not named Corey Seager, Adolis Garcia. Let's go, Mariners. $17-5. Wow, they got a safety? I love watching the NASCAR too because I can watch it on AdSport, USA, TSN, Premiere, Sport 1 Plus, or a Battle Cam. It's like you have so many options to watch it like internationally or through like a American stream. Very cool. But typically I usually just do like the USA, the American one. Bristol, 337 laps out of 500, baby. Larson, Hamlin, Elliott, Blaney, Wallace, Bowman, Bell, Chastain, Byron, and Reese. Let's go. I'm watching. Let's go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Let's go. Chasing second with Larson. Let's go. That's what I like to see. Like we used to see it back in the day where it would be Chase 1, Larson 2, or Larson 1, Chase 2. Teammates helping each other out, and hopefully they can kind of separate themselves away from the pack. Bubba and Denny and Christopher Bell on their ass. Come on, baby. Let's go. Here we go. 160 to go. And obviously, once this game ends, that's what I'll be focused on, as well as some of the college football matchups. But definitely this race, I'm watching. I got it on. Larson, Elliott, Hamlin, Wallace, and Bell for your top 5. Let's go. obviously we've seen Larson up at the top a lot more frequently than Elliott this year. But Elliott, he's one of those guys. I mean, like I said, he hasn't won as many races I know that he probably would have liked. But as far as points and being consistent with top 10 and top 5 finishes, he has been one of the more consistent drivers. I just wanted him in victory lane a few more times this year, but maybe tonight is the night. Maybe Bristol is the night. All right, 6 for 9 this season, Julio Rodriguez. I like seeing those kind of numbers. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Colin Snyder's still on the mound. And hopefully we can get it going. In the box is Josh Smith. Larson and Elliott, baby. Hamlin, Wallace, and Bell. Top 5. Oh, 1 pitch. Pitch right there for a strike, but called ball. Come on. In the zone. Get some glasses, ump. Fuck. All right, there we go. I was going to say, there's no way that wasn't a strike. 0-2 count. Pitches outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, they definitely got different personalities. And then even though they're both part of Hendrick Motorsports, I think most people, either like one or the other. I imagine there are some people that, it's like with Jeff and Jimmy. If you're a Jeff guy, you didn't really like Jimmy that much. That's your rival, even though you're teammates. Nice catch by Julio. But, if you're a Jimmy guy, you probably didn't really care too much for Jeff. It's one thing to be like a fan of a team, but normally if you're a fan, you're going to like one more than the other, At the end of the day, it's competition, and it also depends on the personality of the driver. Like, some people liked Tony Stewart, obviously Smoke, and he was a little, a little angry, at times and whatnot, but had that personality. I'm not sure who I would really compare him to racing nowadays, maybe like a Kyle Busch, where, rowdy, some people love him, a lot of people hate him, it's just, that's how it goes. Not every driver is going to be every fan's favorite. Some are going to be a little bit higher on the list. So, I mean, I respect what Kyle does, but again, there's, it's not the same feeling that I have for Chase. I respect on how good he is and what he does out there. He's very talented, and obviously he's been more consistent than Chase as of late, the last couple years, since Chase ended up having that, winter, skiing, snowboarding accident, and that kind of fucked his whole year last year. But nice to see him kind of bounce back, and, I'm ready for Chase to win 5-10 races again. Hopefully that will be somewhere in the next 5 years, and hopefully next year. But just getting the dub here would be great. Hasn't had enough of those in the last couple years. One-two pitch from Snyder to Langford. Pitches outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, I mean, anytime it's going to be like teammates and then he ends up, crashing him or doing something, then obviously, your dislike for the driver is going to be a little bit different. I think a lot of Jimmy and Jeff fans were that same way. It's like, if you were a Jeff fan, you're like, oh, who's this other new guy? And then all of a sudden he ended up catching up to Jeff in championships and then passing him. And then there was a lot of jealousy, but it's not like those guys didn't wreck each other either. It's like you're all part of a team, but as soon as you start wrecking or cutting off someone or preventing someone from winning, then there definitely could be a little bit of bad blood. You can try to resolve it all you want, but at the end of the day, it's one driver and one team against, anybody else. Regardless if you're teammates, there's only one champion at the end of the day. 3-2 pitch from Snyder to Langford. Little dribbler right up the middle. Fuck. Bottom of the 7th, 5-4 Mariners. Nice hit there by Wyatt Langford. Exit velo 106.1. And he struggled in this series. Nice base knock for him. Next up, DHing today, Adolis Garcia. Wow, Daniel Suarez almost wrecked the 43. 0 for 3 with a strikeout in the 6th for Garcia. You always got to make sure you know what's going on with him, as well as Corey Seager, even though he's out for the year. And if Seager was playing, well, he probably would be in trouble. The guy is a monster. And the 99 and the 43 are just not quitting, are they? Eric Jones, DX's favorite driver, and Daniel Suarez about to have some fisticuffs after the race. Larson, Elliott, Hamlin, Bell, and Briscoe, your top 5 in Bristol. 5-4 game here in Texas. Bottom of the 7th with 1 on and 1 out. 1-2 pitch from Snyder to Garcia. Yeah, I got it up too. I'm watching. I have to. Anytime I know it's on, I'm watching. I mean, obviously, if I'm doing a stream, sometimes I'll watch 2 things at once or 3 things at once, because I got a TV in the studio, and then obviously with my gig service, I can usually stream 2 or 3 games at once and do my live stream. But it kind of just depends on the time of day, and I don't want to have any lag. As soon as I start seeing lag on anything, then I have to cut one of the games off or whatever. But yeah, I do have the race up. No, you can still do updates. Do updates. I would appreciate it. I mean, I'm good at multitasking, but there might be something that I missed if I'm watching the game and there's like a wreck or something. And Adolis Garcia with a base knock. Now you got runners at first and second with 1 out. Come on, Mariners. Momentum is starting to slip through the Mariners' fingers, and Texas is taking advantage. Good job by the Rangers. Next up is first baseman Nathaniel Lowe. We need a double play desperately. I think we're going to have a pitching change here. Napa know how. Oh, God, we're bringing in Sauce? Fuck. I mean, if it's 1 out for Sauce, we're good. But if it's 2 outs or he starts an inning, we're fucked. I don't know how this is going to go. Now we just got to pray that Sauce isn't all over the place. Because normally when Sauce gets in the game, regardless of what inning, it's wide left, wide right, wild pitch, and all of a sudden it's like a 3-0 count, and then, it's not good. And you could argue that he might be the worst bullpen player that we have. I mean, Pizzardo was really terrible at the beginning of the year and has gotten a little bit better, but Sauce has been consistently bad, and at this point in the season, he might be the worst player on the team. I'm not trying to be a hater, but I mean, I don't think anybody has confidence in Sauce. But again, if he needs 1 out, he can do the job. But 2 outs or 3 outs, that's a risk. And we just have to pray that they get baited on some bullshit pitch, and then we can end up getting a double play and get out of this inning. Golly. Sauce, that's the best option. That's why it shows you the Mariners need to retool this team. Half of the players on this team shouldn't even be on the Mariners, let alone in the bullpen, but starters. I can go up and down the list of the people that don't deserve to be on the team, but again, this is what we have. And again, hopefully next year will be better, and we can bring up Lazaro Montez at some point, right? Harry Ford, Cole Emerson, Colt Young. I'm waiting, baby. Cole and Colt, Harry and Lazaro. I'm waiting, baby. And Durangelo, can't wait for him. I'm very excited about him, man. That first game that he comes in as like a bullpen guy or a starter, and he pitches left from the first inning and then pitches from the right side in the second inning. Oh, my mind. That's going to be great. The first switch pitching pitcher in the MLB that actually might be something. All right, Sauce, 3.72 ERA, 35 strikeouts, 18 walks, only 3 saves. Hopefully Sauce puts as much effort into his outing here than he does with his Twitch channel, okay? Obviously putting too much effort on that Twitch channel, not enough effort here on the mound. We got Larson and Elliott still in the top 2 spots. I love that. Let's go. First pitch right down the middle to Nathaniel Lowe. That's what I'm talking about, baby. There we go. That might have been the first pitch strike I've seen out of Sauce all year. Nice job. 0-1 count to Lowe. Probably assuming that he's going to pitch garbage and can't hit the zone. That one was a little bit out of the zone, smashed foul. Now we got an 0-2 count. Here we go. Nice job, Sauce. One more pitch. And it better not be some garbage right down the middle and you give up a 3-run blast. Otherwise, you will never be heard from again. At least not in a Seattle uniform. 0-2 pitch. Come on, Sauce. Demo. What a grab. That easily could have led to 2 runs scoring right there. Nice defense. Head on a swivel by Demo. 2 away. We got bailed out there. And that one was actually hit pretty hard. And the defense that we've been able to get today out of Randy Arozarena and fucking Dylan Moore right there, phenomenal. You get a raise. You get a fucking lobster and steak dinner from me, personally. Nice job, Demo. Good defense. Next up is Ezekiel Duran. Get the fuck out of this inning. 2 for 3 with 2 singles and RBI and a run for Duran. Chopper. Sauce got it. There we go. Sauce does his job. Nice job. That might have been the first time in like 2 months that Sauce actually did something good and got out of the inning unscathed. Try to ends up. You can go back to your Twitch channel now. Buster. All right. Good job, Sauce. I won't put up any photos of you because you have to earn those, but that was a great job. 115 laps to go in Bristol. Larson, Elliott, Hamlin, Bell, and Briscoe, your top 5. All right, let's see who's up here for the Mariners. We definitely need some insurance because we're not going to win this game 5-4, or at least it doesn't feel like it. Who's up next for the Mariners here in the top of the 8th? And obviously ESPN has been slow as shit. Get your shit together, ESPN. I mean, I get it that nobody watches SportsCenter or any of your shows anymore based on sports and arguing, but at least you can do your job with the scoreboard. Fuck. Next up for the Mariners, 3 for 4 with 2 runs and 2 RBIs. First pitch of the game was a solo blast. Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, catching tonight for the Mariners, big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. And batting third, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Let's go, Mariners. Yeah, I mean, we hit over 200 yesterday. To go from 200 plus to $1 is interesting, to say the least. And hopefully we can end up having a couple people support before the stream ends. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Julio. Let's go, baby. First pitch to Julio, down at the knees. We got Robertson into the game. 63 games this season, 3.22 ERA, 67 innings, 94 Ks, 23 walks. So a pretty good percentage so far this year. Julio was swinging for the fences now all the way to the moon and back. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike from Robertson to Julio. Larson and Elliott still in first and second place. I love that. Appreciate you, Captain. Thank you. I got you. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little Cactus Jack, bang, bang. We're at 5. Now we're at 6, 94 to go, and we'll get some Mariner Moose up there. Appreciate you. Sometimes we just need one or two people to kind of set the tone, instead of waiting for others to do it. Sometimes, people got to step up and be the leader. And then, and obviously we have others on this channel. Some of them are big donators, and usually they're the ones that kind of start it off, and then others follow. But sometimes an individual has to be the leader and start it off. And I appreciate the two of you so far, and hopefully we'll get a few more before the stream ends. 2-2 pitch is low to Julio. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Julio versus the Rangers. Just 396 average, almost 400 batting average. 7 homers so far. Love that. Three-two pitch from Robertson to Julio. Slow dribbler. Damn it, Julio, run harder. If Julio would have ran hard right there, I think he would have been safe. That was kind of like a lazy-ass run to first. Come on, J-Rod. It's not like you have any fucking leg issues anymore. Run hard like Luke Raley does. Damn it. The Mariner Moose is disappointed in Julio for his effort at first. Come on. He's been great as of late, but we need to make sure that you're playing hard throughout the whole game. Otherwise, the Mariner Moose will punish you. Next up is big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Cal, line drive to low, 2 away. This Cal ran hard to first. Next up, left fielder Randy Arozarena, another individual that sometimes is a little lazy running to first. And I get it, a lot of times when you hit a little ground ball into the infield, you think, oh, I'm fucking out, but you never know when they might fumble the bag with an error or have a wild throw to first. You never know when that might happen. And, hell, you could bunt and end up getting a double out of it. You just need to make sure you have effort. Pitch is inside. 1-0 count. Gabriel in the building. What's good, brother? Top of the 8th, 5-4 Seattle. Nobody on with 2 outs. Randy 1 for 4 today with an RBI single in the 6th and a run, but he's had a couple amazing defensive plays, especially that last one. If he didn't catch that, ball into left field, we probably would be down right now by 2 to 3 runs. So far today, Randy might be the MVP, besides Julio, with that first pitch home run to set the tone. Pitch is low at the knees. 3 balls and no strikes. Yeah, I'll watch the Mariner game with Woo tomorrow at 11:30. But again, I'll do a couple reaction videos in the afternoon for Saints, Eagles, Bucks, Broncos, and then we'll be doing Falcons, Chiefs. That'll be a good one, right? And then on Monday we have a doubleheader, right, where I have to make a decision if we're going to do Mariners, because obviously I want to do as many Mariner games as we can, because these might be the last 8 games left. And my goal at the beginning of the year was to do 150 out of the 162 games, which is more than anybody else, on YouTube, as far as live streamers are concerned, or, for the Seattle Mariners. So, but I guess it just kind of depends on how I feel, and I got to take care of my pup. So, I don't want to, neglect her. I got to make sure I give her proper love and attention, and, I'm giving her the proper walks and whatnot. So probably won't be doing the, morning game tomorrow, but I will watch it as we do Sunday Night Football. But on Monday, there is a chance that we do the Mariner stream against the Astros with a lot on the line instead of doing Monday Night Football. We'll have to wait and see. Luke Raley fouls that one back. Oh, Giancarlo's back. Good. Top of the 8th, 5-4 Mariners. Runner at first with 2 outs. Raley. Line drive. And that is the end of the top of the 8th with 1 stranded. But we got Chiefs Falcons tomorrow for the live stream, couple reaction videos. And then it's Jags Bills, Commanders Bengals. So if I was going to do a football game, I would do Jags Bills. so I could watch Josh Allen. No disrespect to Joe Burrow or Jaden Daniels, but again, that might be a game that I'll have on in the background. But, I think I would rather do the Bills-Jags. But if we don't do either football game, then we will do the Astros and Mariners. So it's just kind of a decision we'll have to make based on how things go these next two games. If we still actually have a chance to keep things going. But the Mariners and Astros play at 5, and I will watch both the NFL games. But we got Bryce Miller versus Hunter Brown, both 11-8, both ERAs of 3. That one would be really good. So we'll have to wait and see. $73 laps left at Bristol, 417 out of 500. Let's go. All right, see who's up next here for the Rangers. And like I mentioned multiple times on the stream, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. It's the most important thing you can do every day that you wake up. Addiction, depression, anxiety, these are serious things. Not only have I gone through it, I know some of y'all may be going through it now or just got over it. So if you are struggling, do the basics. If you're not exercising, exercise. If you're not eating healthy, eat healthier. Listen to 30 minutes of music, get rid of toxic people in your life, spend time in good spaces like the NWSF here. And if you do these basic things, you'll come out the other side a winner, and you'll come out the other side being back to your normal self, and you can win the day. Let's go, baby. Bottom of the 8th, 5-4 Seattle. Next up for the Rangers, Leody Taveras. Now we got Austin Vothin. And I can't wait for the day where we actually retool this whole bullpen, because I would say probably like 60 to 70% of these guys that are in the bullpen shouldn't even be on our fucking team. Troy Taylor deserves a spot. Matt Brash deserves a spot. Andres Munoz deserves a spot. Everyone else is suspect. I mean, Snyder's been good for us this year, but it really wouldn't hurt my feelings either way if he was on our team or not. Sauce, you can get rid of him. Voth, you can get rid of him. Bizzardo, you can get rid of him. I mean, there's a lot of guys that we need to replace. Julio with a diving catch into center field. One away. Nice job, Julio. No fly zone, baby. Nice job, J-Rod. Good defense out there. Next up for the Rangers, catcher Carson Kelly, 0 for 2 with the base on ball. Yeah, but maybe I'll do a vote on Monday, in the morning. I haven't done one of those in a while. Between the doubleheader Monday Night Football games, with the Commandos and the Bengals, the Bills and the Jags, or Mariners Astros, with just 7 games left or 6 games left at that point. And then we'll decide, what we think is the best option. Yeah. Respectful dude. Pitches outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is the longest that I've seen Elliott stay at the top in a while. Normally it's like, oh, I'll get excited and Chase will be in the top 5 with 50 to go. And then some fucking dumb thing happens, or, some bad pit stop, some fucking wreck or caution, or something bad happens to him, or he does something fucked up or something, So for him to be able to keep this position with Kyle in the top 2 for this long is nice. 72 to go. Tampa, no hell. Let's go. 2-2 pitch. Chop foul by Carson Kelly. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah. But it'll still be our favorite, though. And eventually the racing gods will have to help us out, Eventually we will see him in the winner's circle, and he'll have another championship sooner than later. 2-2 pitch. Kelly pops up. Demo calls everybody off. 2 away. Who was your favorite, Brett, before Chase? Did you have someone? Was it like Jeff Gordon, or who was your favorite before? Because like for me, my number one obviously was Dale Earnhardt. Watching him, and then obviously having that love for Dale Jr. because I like father-son combos, just like when I met Griffey and Griffey Sr. So anytime I see father-son combos, and obviously with Bill Elliott, Chase Elliott, another reason why, obviously I like that, and the Napa, and going down the Napa know-how. But who was your favorite before Chase? Bottom of the 8th, 5-4 Seattle. Nobody on with 2 outs. 0-1 pitch from Voth to Jankowski. Gordon. Sparky. Ooh, okay. I'm going to send you this photo of my Jeff Gordon auto. And in packs, back in the day, it's like 1 out of 3,500, and now they have a lot of cards that are like 1 of 1, and they're worth a lot of money. But you got to think, they made 3,500 copies of this Jeff Gordon auto rookie that was distributed in packs. But how many people actually bought racing cards back in like 92, 93, 94? Not fucking many. So a lot of those Jeff Gordon autographs are still somewhere buried in boxes and packs in someone's fucking garage, basement, or destroyed. So it's definitely worth more than people think. Fuck. Jankowski with another double. But it is my favorite racing card that I have. And then also I have a really piece of nice artwork that I'm going to get framed to put up here in the studio, where it is it's a artwork piece. It looks like it's made out of like colored pencils and pencil. It's like a very detailed drawing from a very famous artist. But it's Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. And it's got all of the Winston Cup trophies surrounding them. And the artwork is so good. Dale has got stunner shades on, but you can see his eyes through them still. It's amazing. And again, I have it in a little tube, and it's been in that tube for like 25 years. And I probably should take it out of the tube and get it framed, but I just never have gotten to it yet. But since I put up the Napa sign, I'm thinking it might be time that I take it and either frame it myself or get it professionally framed. It's very cool. And once I send you a picture of that, you'll be like, whoa, that's cool. Throw to first, and there is no throw. Damn it. And now we're in a jam again in the bottom of the 8th, 5-4 Mariners. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Maybe I'll send you the Gordon as a gift. I mean, I already know you got the auto on the Napa hat and whatnot, but you got to collect things in 3, right? That's how it goes with collectors. Once you have 1 piece, you have to get 2 more, and once you have it of 3, it kind of is like the trifecta, and then you can kind of build from there. But plus, I got Chase Elliott shirts that I have to be able to order, so I'll be able to get size and whatnot because I already know. Obviously women cut and men cut are different. So obviously if you like the baggier men cut, I'll have to go to the NASCAR website and I'll let you know. But I've been wanting to get, one for a while. So if I am going to order it, I might as well order it at the same time. We could be twinsies. Bottom of the 8th, 5-4 Mariners. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Austin Voth on the mound, 14 pitches in. Josh Smith, who had a 2-run blast in the third, is in the box. He better not fucking do it again. Tried to jam Josh Smith and just got a piece of it and fouled it off himself. 0-1 count. 262 average, 13 homers, and 59 ribbies. 53 laps to go here at Bristol. Let's go. Larson, Elliott, Bell, Hamlin, and Briscoe. And then hopefully it stays like that. And then with like 10 to 15 laps to go, Chase makes his move and passes Larson and then wins the fucking race. That would be great. Older sister, 2 older brothers. 4 chitlins. That's a big family. She says, I can handle my own. 0-1 pitch from Vogt to Smith. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Behind in the count 0-2. I love that. One more strike. Come on, Mariners. Come on, Chase. This is the closest that I've been able to have Chase taste a win in a while. I mean, he's still up there with Kyle. Let's go. 0-2 pitch. Check swing. Got a little bit of piece of that. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 pitch. Pitch is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch from Vogt to Smith. Popped up, foul. Smith doing a great job. Is grinding away at this at-bat. We got runners at second and third with 2 outs. Smith already has a 2-run blast in the 3rd inning. We just have to find a way to get out of this. Larson, Elliott, Bell. Larson, Elliott, Hamlin, Bell, Briscoe is your top 5 at Bristol. 44 to go. 1-2 pitch from Vogt to Smith. Got him! There we go. Go Mariners. Hell yeah. I'm going to send you a photo of the Gordon. I just found it over there in my corner. But if you just, they're kind of not next to each other in the thing. But if you click on each individual one, you can see it on the 2 photos, front and back. Walter Pennington into the game. Top of the 9th, 5-4 Mariners. Let's go, baby. DJ in the building, what's good? Reflect in the building, what's good? Try Dents up, baby. I was watching a little bit of that Husky game as well. What's up, PJ? Let's go. Oh, dog. Top of the 9th. 5-4 Mariners. Nobody on. 1-2 pitch to Leo Rivas. Big swing and a miss. One away. I don't really know why Leo Rivas is in the game at this point of the matchup, but it is what it is. Next up is Jorge Polanco, but we'll make sure we at least show Leo's face and the Mariner Moose. Let's go. Next up is Jorge Polanco. Polo's had a good day. Into the gap, baby. Yes. Go, Polo. Go, Polo. Go. Hell yeah. Polo with a fantastic day. 4-hit night from Polo. My goodness. Way to earn your paycheck. Finally. Nice job, Jorge. Well, you already knew it was a good day when Polo went 2 for 2 and Justin Turner went 2 for 2. Like, I don't even remember the last time both of those guys bat next to each other and they both went 2 for 2 each. You already knew that it was going to be a good day. Let's go. Yeah, obviously that, Cougar matchup late last night, they squeaked it out barely, based off Mattia. Good running and passing quarterback there. They barely beat San Jose State. But Huskies obviously got on Northwestern early and often, which they should have. Safe at second. And I was a little confused why we didn't have Victor Robles play. Again, he might still be a little banged up, with the wrist and whatnot. And he wiggles that wrist a little bit again. But again, you got to have Victor Robles playing in every single game. But Robles coming home. Safe. Woo! Let's go! And Victor Robles makes his presence known even when he doesn't even fucking play. He gets in the game late, is on second, decides to end up going to third, and hey, I'm just going to steal home off a wild pitch. Let's go! 6-4 Mariners. That might have been the game winner right there. I mean, we had Randy Arozarena that tried to do the same thing, that he tried to come home without sliding, and it worked. And the same thing right there with Victor Robles. That's my guy. Way to make your presence known even when you're not starting. But again, Dan Wilson, come on, dude. Victor Robles is the most consistent hitter on the team. If he's not injured, I don't care if it's a left-handed pitcher or a right-handed pitcher. That's the guy that should be leading off. But luckily for us, Julio smacked a home run on the first pitch of the game to set the tone, even though we didn't have Robles until there. But again, that's what good players do. They make great plays. Nice job. Top of the ninth, 6-4 Mariners. And that's that insurance that we fucking needed. Awesome. Hell yeah. 3-0 count to JP. And their first strike, 3 balls and 1 strike to JP Crawford. Let's go. Let's go. Speed kills. Yes, sir. Pitch there in the low. Down at the knees. 3 balls and 2 strikes to JP. That's when you know you got a great player. Like, they haven't even played the whole game, and they get an opportunity to come in there and do some damage. JP, back, all the way to the wall. Go, JP, triple, go. And he ended up getting called out, when he tried to stretch a single into a double. And he went in and had the hand on the bag, took his hand off and tried to go with the other hand because he went past the bag. And it kind of felt like it was going to slow us down. It didn't in that inning. And then JP makes up for that blunder earlier in the game, trying to stretch a single to a double. But this time, it hits the wall perfectly, and it's better than a ground rule double because it ends up hitting the bottom of the wall on that mat, and we end up getting a fucking triple out of it. Let's go! Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Reflect with a 3-year. Appreciate you. Appreciate your support last night and every night. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Let's go. Nice job, JP. Let's go, baby. That's the JP Crawford we all love and respect and know. Nice job. I mean, if we can get another run and make it 7-4, that'll make me feel a hell of a lot better. Let's go. Mariner Moose is waiting. Let's get it. Robles is ridiculous. Great player. Cornerstone players for the Mariners. Julio and Cal. Right, newbies, Robles and Rayleigh. And obviously Troy Taylor, being a rookie, we got a bright future, and especially with all the young blood that we got in the farm system. One day, Tyler Locklear, Ryan Bliss, Lazaro Montez, Harry Ford, Colt Emerson, Cole Young. These are going to be household names in the next 5 years. I can't wait. Demo pops it foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We've got 13 laps to go at Bristol. Larson, Elliott, Hamlin, Bell, and Wallace. Come on, Chase. Nampa, no hell. Come on. Oh, man, you missed everything, AM. It's been a hell of a game. Let's go. He's got to make a move at some point if he can. $11 to go. Come on. And obviously, I don't want necessarily Chase to wreck Kyle, and he's got to catch him first. He's obviously 5 seconds back, so I don't even know if we're going to catch him, but we need a caution. We need a caution, baby. I mean, our numbers have been very, very good as of late after the firing of Scott Service. And again, with Edgar Martinez and company, and I'll read off the numbers here. Squeeze bunt would be crazy. I don't think we necessarily need it, but the offensive numbers for the Mariners in the last 26 games, batting average, we were one of the worst. Now we're 9th, 251 instead of 200, right? On base percentage, 351. That's 3rd in MLB out of 30 teams. OPS, 764. That's 5th. WRC, right? 126. That's 4th. Home runs, 32. That's 12th out of 30 teams. Doubles, 43. That's 13th. Strikeout rate, 24.3, which we were last, now 11th. Walk rate, 11.3%, 1st. Stolen bases, 34, 3rd. Sacrifice flies, number 1 with 15. And sack bunt, 6. And we are 2nd in that category. So you see, the offense has definitely turned it around. It's not just a Julio thing, it's a Mariners thing. And again, if we would have done it at the All-Star break, who knows how many wins we would have at this point if we fired Service at that point. I mean, we wouldn't have done it, but we probably would be at least 10 games or 12 games above 500 at this point. We definitely blew a bunch of games against shitty teams that we should have beat. And there was also games that we let slip through our fingers with bad bullpen play or no hitting. So, but if we can finish strong, and win these last 9 games, I know that's a tough thing to say, but you never know what could happen. We just got to hope the Tigers and Twins shit the bed. At least one of them. 2-2 pitch from Pennington to Demo. Crushes it towards third base. Foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm not sure if anyone's going to catch Larson. There's only 4 to go. We need a caution. And this is the best finish Chase has had in a long time. But God, he's too far back. We need Larson's car to blow up. I need Chase to win. Oh, hit him. 3 to go. And it's also just being able to teach the players about situational hitting. You can't swing the same way on an 0-2 pitch than on a 2-0 pitch or a 1-2 pitch or a 3-1 pitch. It has to be different. And the biggest, I think, violator of that was Julio. Just swinging for the moon off balance and, every single swing. And now you're starting to see him, hit for contact and also being able to hit those key home runs. Final lap. And no one's going to catch Kyle Larson. Elliott in 2nd place. Bubba in 3rd. Denny in 4th. And Christopher Bell in 5th. That was the best that I seen Chase race late in a race, and that's a good sign because normally when you end up finishing 2nd, and if you do that a couple times, Larson is a big person that does it. He eventually gets 1st. So maybe this will be a sign of things to come. Chase with a 2nd place finish, and maybe in a race or 2, he will get 1st. That wouldn't surprise me one bit. Hendrick Motorsports finishing 1-2. Just wish it was Nampa, no hell, in 1st. All right, top of the 9th, 6-4 Mariners. Runners on the corners. Let me know what you want to do for a photo once we get towards the end here. And we got Mitch Haniger in the box. And I see Larson burning at. Just wish it was Chase. Gibbs, Brad, Truex, and Burton eliminated. Maybe Chase needed to have the normal Napa car and he would have won. 0-2 pitch. I just feel like when he does the normal Napa car, he wins. And when he does one of the special paint jobs, it usually doesn't work out that well. I mean, every once in a while he'll win with one of those you know, like when he would do like Hooters or one of the off-brand ones where he has like a kid from like Make-A-Wish, you know, kind of design the car. But I just feel that his best racing is with the Napa ride. Big swing and a miss for Mitch Haniger. 2 away. Larson's got his son sticking out of the window, throwing up the number 1. And obviously we know Larson is one of the favorites to win the championship this year. How cool would that be to be a kid and have your dad be a professional NASCAR driver? I honestly feel that, like, if I could do a profession, you know, like something that I feel that, you know, I don't have the skills in, but I think being like a Gordon Ramsay type of person would be incredibly cool, you know, to be on that level, or to be a NASCAR driver. I know how hard it would be, you know, to be a Ricky Bobby. You know, if you ain't first, you're last. I don't know, but I just think it would be so cool, you know, to either be the driver or have your dad be a driver. How cool is that? Awesome. It's always cool to be able to see them celebrate with their kids, whether it's, you know, son or daughter. Very cool. Damn you, Kyle. We needed a caution. 5th win this season, 28th career win, 2nd at Bristol. And we already know, you know, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. You know, there's a reason that Hendrick Motorsports has who they have. You know, William Byron was hot early on with a few wins, and, you know, he hasn't been as hot, you know, as of late. But to be able to have Larson, you know, to be able to have Chase Elliott, William Byron, you know, to be able to make a name for himself. And maybe Alex Bowman is the worst one, but even Bowman can win a race or two every year. Still wish it was Chase, though. Brian Wu tomorrow, but I haven't really decided yet what I want to do. You know, it's on at 11:30 in the morning against Andrew Haney. You know, I was planning on doing a couple reaction videos and watching a lot of football tomorrow. You know, I was going to do Eagles, Saints, and Bucks, Broncos reaction videos, and then do the Falcons and Chiefs for Sunday night. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I do a stream in the morning tomorrow. You know, check your socials. Maybe we'll end up doing the Mariners Astro game over Monday Night Football. There might be a chance. There's a doubleheader, Commandos and Bengals, as well as Jags and Bills. I mean, I'm going to be watching all of them, but we just have to decide what we want to do for a stream. We are at the end of the season here. Pitches outside to Julio Rodriguez with runners at 1st and 3rd, and a stolen bag by Demo. We love that, baby. We're at 9:91 to go. That's what happens when you get a new Julio photo up. 272 average, 19 homers, 61 ribbies. And hopefully we can get Julio up to 70 to 75 ribbies. Well, at least 70 ribbies. I mean, we got a lot, you know, not a lot of games left. We got, what, 7 games left? But if we can get him to 70 ribbies, and we can get him to 20 home runs, 20 to 22 home runs, 20 to 25 home runs, you know, I don't know how many home runs he's going to have left in the tank, but the way that he's been hitting as of late, he might be able to hit a home run every other game, or even hit another 2 home runs in a single game, maybe against the A's or the Astros. That would be great. But to get to 20 would be awesome. I mean, I remember early in the season when he was at like fucking 6, and I was like, holy shit, this is terrible. You know, but now, you know, he actually is like salvaging his season, you know, getting hot at the right time in the last month and a half. 1-2 pitch to Julio. Almost hit him on the wrist. 2 balls and 2 strikes. First pitch of the game. Boom. Home run. And a couple singles. I like it, baby. Go, Julio. Julio! JP scores. Let's go! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about, baby. For all the haters on Julio, again, sometimes, things need to change, and you need to be able to figure it out as a superstar. He didn't make the All-Star game this year. He didn't deserve it, right? And obviously the hitting was bad. The vibes were bad with Scott Service. But now with Edgar Martinez and Dan Wilson, we are finally seeing the Julio of 2022 and Julio of 2023. Nice fucking job. You don't have to swing for the fences every single at-bat, and I think he's finally learning that. He is so much better in the box, confidence-wise, footwork-wise, his wrist and his follow-through swing-wise, swinging those hips like Shakira. Let's go! That's what I'm talking about. 8-4 Mariners. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yes, saved it for way too late, but better late than never, as they say. 1-1 pitch. Pitch is low and at the knees to Cal Raleigh. I mean, do we want a little injury to insult and go for like a little 2-run blast to make it 10-4? Because Cal is overdue for a home run. He is going to hit a blast soon. If it's not tonight, it's going to happen soon. You can tell it's coming. 2-1 pitch. And I don't think it necessarily will be here tonight, but, maybe in the Astro series, maybe in the A series. Hell, it could be tomorrow if he's playing. He's at 30 home runs. Beautiful number. And we finally got Randy Arozarena and Luke Raley to 20. Now we only 1 home run away from Julio. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Cal Raleigh, but the damage is done by Julio. Nice job, J-Rod. Get some J-Rod photos up here for Reflect for his dono. That feels much, but 5-4 makes you nervous, right? 6-4 makes you feel a little bit better. 8-4 makes you fucking giddy. All right, let's go. JP got snuck in there. Nice job, Julio. And you can definitely tell when someone is playing and having fun or when someone's pressing. And obviously he was pressing almost the whole fucking year. And just nice to be able to see him have this kind of success. He deserves it. But also I think a big part of the slump, was the breakup with his girlfriend, and the way that happened when she went to the Olympics. So, anyone that does you dirty and you end up, having feelings for that person, it could take time to recover. We saw with Brady and Giselle, that shit wasn't easy for a while. Again, it can really mess with your mentals when you're trying to separate your personal life and your professional life, right? And Julio, I think, was affected by the breakup, but now, obviously, starting to turn the corner, and good for him. Nice job, J-Rod. That's my boy. That's the smile we like to see. He says, I don't need no cheating soccer girlfriend. I'm good. Mariners, baby. Let's go. Bottom of the ninth. 8-4 Mariners. Hell yeah. Yeah, we got to be able to win with Brian Wu tomorrow. We got to go 9-0. We won yesterday. We're going to win today. We need to win all the games, and then we just have to pray. The Astros aren't going to lose, so we're not going to catch that. But we just need the Twins and the Tigers to do the ultimate shit the bed, and we need them to just go on a bad losing streak. And if we can't get both, which is greedy, we need one. So whether that be the Twins or Tigers, you take your choice. But somebody's got to shit the bed and shit the bed bad. And hopefully we can go undefeated. They start losing, 3-4 games late, and we end up getting that last spot. So it's still possible, even though it's a very small number. Like right now, it's like 1 to 5% chance that we actually get in based on how the Tigers, Twins, and Astros have been playing as of late. But again, the sports gods do like us. They love us. So, it would be awesome And I'm not trying to be a hater, but again, the Twins are more deserving than us, but we are more deserving than the Tigers. I don't care. MSU is a big fan on this channel, and I know he's a Tiger fan, and the Tigers are a small market, but based on how we played this year, we are more deserving than the Tigers. They just got hot here at the end. We went through the ups and the downs. We are more deserving. Tell me I'm wrong. I mean, we are. And I think more fans of baseball would rather see the Mariners lose or win and either hate on us or cheer for us than the Tigers. I don't think anyone really gives a shit about them besides Tiger fans. Not to be a dick, but that's just the reality, right? I mean, who gives a shit about the Tigers? Only Tiger fans. No one cares, And again, they're a small market like us, so I do have some sympathy for them, but we're more deserving. Oh, God, we got Bizzardo in. I mean, we've been able to get, our hitting up. Believe it or not, we have 16 fucking hits today. Who is this team? Amazing. Shows you when you fire a manager and you get an Edgar Martinez in there and then players actually fucking listen, this is the type of shit that can happen. A turnaround. I just wish that we would have fired Service a long time ago. Either All-Star break or even last year. But again, we can't change that. We can only worry about the future and not worry about the past. Next up is Adolis Garcia with a runner at first. 1-1 count from Bizzardo. And Bizzardo has actually been a little bit better as of late compared to what he was at the beginning of the year. Hell, at the beginning of the year, he was giving up multiple homers in an inning. So he's definitely settled in and been a little bit better as of late. Oh, the only one that we have is MSU. He's the only one that I know that has been in here, besides a couple of the others that came through for Tiger streams when we played the Tigers, but I don't think those others are really regulars. MSU is really the only regular Tiger fan that we have. Yeah, it would be tough, being an MSU fan or Michigan State fan, Tiger fan, Piston fan, Red Wing fan. I mean, I guess you got the Lions, so that's a bright spot, or maybe Michigan, but he's a Michigan State fan, so, it is what it is. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Garcia. One away. Next up for the Rangers, first baseman Nathaniel Lowe. And we get a double play here. Game over. Chopper? Fuck! Nice hit by Nathaniel Lowe. Next up, third baseman Ezekiel Duran. Little 6-4-3 action. Julio's there, 2 away. Good defense. Nice job, Julio. He said, not today. Next up, center fielder Leody Taveras. Oh, baby, 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 baby. Bottom of the ninth, 8-4 Mariners. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Brian Wu on the mound tomorrow against Haney. We are going to win tomorrow. So, again, obviously just getting this game over with. And, we have a very dominant record. What are we, 9-2 this season? I don't see us losing any more to the Rangers. So, and Wu is going to make up for that bad performance he had on his last. Randy Arozarena might have been the MVP today besides Julio. And there it is, baby. Final score, Seattle Mariners 8, Rangers 4. And we might be able to bust out the brooms tomorrow. Let's go. Great job by Randy. Great job by Julio. I mean, there's a lot of guys that we could actually showcase today. 8 runs, 16 hits, no fucking errors. Who is this team? Unbelievable. And when the Mariners win, what do? We fucking dance. Mariners win! Mariners win! Mariners win! Let's go! Hell yeah. Feels good, man. Feels like wins are sometimes far and few between for the Mariners and the Mariner fan base. Feels good. And we got Brian Wu on the mound tomorrow. Oh, man. That one felt good. We're 1.5 games back of the third AL wild card. We just got to keep it moving. All right, and we got how many games left? We got 7 games left. We can do it, man. We can do it. One more game against the Rangers to get it down to 1 game, right? And then we just beat the shit out of the Astros and the A's. And the A's might even be harder than the Astros because they would love to play spoiler. I already know we're going to bring our A game against fucking Houston, right, with the garbage cans and all. But, man, I don't know. That A's one, we cannot take our foot off the gas because what happens if we end up sweeping the Rangers, sweeping the Astros, and we get overconfident, and then we fuck up at the end? Hopefully that doesn't happen, but we'll see. But I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Final score, Mariners 8, Rangers 4. And again, check out socials in the morning. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do yet, if I will be doing the Mariner game in the morning and doing Sunday Night Football. I don't know. We'll see. And then also on Monday when we play the Astros, I might do that over Monday Night Football. I'll watch the Bills and the Jags. I will watch the Commandos and Bengals. And normally we'll do football over baseball, but with everything on the line with the Mariners and my goal of doing 150 out of 162 games, we might do a stream in the morning tomorrow at 11:30, maybe. I will watch the game, but I just don't know if I'll stream it. I'll have to see how Paisley feels when I take care of her in the morning. And we'll probably do Mariners and Astros on Monday night over Monday Night Football doubleheader, just because it is the fucking Astros and it's a lot on the line. I'm probably going to go that route. And then there'll be plenty of other Monday Night Football games that we can do. And I will be watching both of those other Monday night games, but they all start around 5 o'clock. So I think that's what we'll probably game plan. So, but if I don't do the Mariners stream in the morning, I will be doing the Falcons and Chiefs, obviously on Sunday night. And then obviously Monday we can get back to doing the Mariners. So, but I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Yeah, and I got you. You just message me and I'll be able to take care of you. And once I give that to you, that is something you can have for life. It'll work for baseball, basketball, football, hockey. I even got a separate one for racing, but that's for another day and another story. So I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very much. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Okay. Go Mariners!